My weed.
Save that energy for football fantasy.
What do you mean? I won all 3 of my leagues last year.
Not ours.
Yeah, I did.
Did it?
Yeah, you owe me $50.
I thought Nathan won.
No, that was like 2 years ago.
You won last year?
Yes, you're the only one that hasn't paid me my $50. I said that I want my $50.
You had Lamar and Henry?
And Lamar, Henry, who?
Waddle?
Yeah, he was on my bench. Who's my Jameer Gibbs?
Oh damn, you had a squad. Who's your tight end?
I'd be forgetting my team.
My team.
I think my tight end was all right.
Oh, I had McCaffrey, bro.
Well, yeah.
That shit sucked.
All right. Yeah,
Are you able to check what your old teams were? Unless I had a
Caleb, this ain't DFZ.
DFD's nuts.
This ain't DFZ.
Nuts.
You said what?
Trying to see if I can maybe have a screenshot of my teams. Oh, T.J. Hawkinson. I picked him up when he came back. What?
You ready?
Chuba Hubbard. Chuba Hubbard, T. Higgins.
Yeah, that's a pretty good team.
As you can see,
I got Hubbard in like the 11th round or some shit.
this would be behind the scenes. Fucking Caleb talking about, welcome to Daily Football Zone, head ass.
Oh, you already started?
Yeah.
First and foremost, a dope ass platform.
Shout out to Pure Rap Podcast again.
Yeah.
Y'all keep doing what y'all doing, man. Y'all stay safe out here, man. And
Appreciate
y'all, I can see y'all being big in the future, man.
Y'all keep going and shit, stay down.
Yo, what's good, everyone? Welcome to Pure Rap Podcast. You got MCK, you got Kev, and once again, Darnell's on he's still on the milk carton. We're still we still trying to find him right now. Hey, what's the number they got to call though?
1-800. Where's Darnell?
All right.
Yeah, 1-800. We need our Darnell back.
1-800 find Darnell.
Yeah. Hey, but as you can see, we have a very, very, very special guest. We got the homie, the brother. You know what I'm saying? Brother from another mother, all that good stuff. Literally grew up together. You know what I mean? Jagger, aka Jagthletic. How do you say that? Jagthletic.
It's a tongue twister. Jagthletic.
If you got like a fucking list, bro,
yeah.
you ain't never gonna say that.
Mike Tyson.
Yeah, Mike Tyson not gonna be able to say that.
He gonna be able to say your name.
Yeah.
I try to get creative with my name.
Big facts. But we're gonna have make sure to have his links in the description as well, so you can follow his page and all that stuff. And we're gonna get into some, good conversations, random shit as well. I honestly don't know how this is gonna go because I'm like, obviously we remain professional, you know what I mean? Because even though, like I said, same group from middle school growing up, but this could either go very professional and we keep it that way.
We'll keep it professional.
Or it could go very awkward.
It's like when we had Kevin on the podcast.
Yeah,
what do you call it?
Pure Ignorant Podcast. And we had Kevin on there. But Kevin's was different because it wasn't necessarily an interview. It was more so we just had Kevin as a special guest. You know what I mean? And that shit went off the fucking rails, bro.
We
were smoking cigars, had champagne and shit.
I don't think we'll be doing that today.
Yeah. Yo, we gotta get Kevin.
Shout out to Kevin though.
No, that episode was fun, bro, because we were like, because we were talking about
we're talking about like R. Kelly
artists, and then he was like, it started getting.
I remember that. He was like, there was some stuff he was saying that was funny.
Yo, that was funny.
Check that out. I don't remember which one that was, but
yeah. So it was recent too, like not too long ago.
I wouldn't say recent. It was a couple months.
I mean, as far as like
since last year. I think it was last year.
Since we've been in the studio. Yeah.
Maybe the beginning of the year. It was a while ago.
Yeah. Probably was.
Not too long ago.
Was it? It was a little before Christmas.
Yeah.
But anyways,
like November.
Yeah. But anyways, how you doing today, man?
Doing great.
Yeah. It's good to have you on.
Thank you. I wanted to give you guys your flowers, bro, because like you said, we've been knowing each other for about half our lives now, and you guys have been detrimental to my whole life. You guys have been my best friends, and seeing you guys do this has inspired me to make content as well.
Bro, this man about to make me cry. I just started and shit. I'm over here.
You get on TikTok, so I'm happy you're starting to post.
No, you guys have set the bar, and you guys pushed me to also do the same thing.
Yeah.
Making content sounds easy. It sounds
it ain't
like
easy.
Anybody could do it, but bro, like you're putting yourself out there for the world to see.
Yeah.
And it's not. For me, it took a long time to build that courage, and seeing you guys put your face, bro, it took me forever to even talk on camera, and you guys did that right away.
Yeah.
And it's
just
hard.
Jumped into it.
So you guys were the ones that like guided me, and I never even told you guys, but that's why I said I want to give you guys your flowers.
That's real, bro. Appreciate it. Yeah.
But to get onto that topic though, I thought the same. I used to think the same thing.
Starting like that, goddamn.
I used to think the same thing when it came to like people that that made content on the internet, like they don't work hard, like that could be easy, blah blah blah. But when you actually gotta do it, it's not just like making the content. It's also getting the content out there for the people to see is a hard thing as well.
So many
that's
promote it.
That's what
also
it is.
a hard thing as well.
Because we could record a million of these episodes, but now we got to break it up into snippets. That's the part that I love this, but I don't like. I'll be honest, I don't like the other part.
The technical part of it.
That's probably why we don't put as much snippets we do, because we all don't like it.
And that's the 90% of the game.
Time.
This is the easy part.
Yeah, that's what I'm saying. This is the easy part.
90% is having the creative mindset to then, okay, what am I going to crop? What am I going to post? What am I going to do this? How am I going to
and then get it
attention?
and then get it seen, because that's also the hard thing, to get people to see it and actually interact with it and be entertained by it.
Yeah, and you never know which one's gonna hit too. So it's like you gotta a million could all you need is that one. You know what I mean?
We can talk about this the whole time.
Yeah, this could be the episode. Really, I mean, we got till 9, so we got.
Yeah, we'll get into that more when we ask you some interview questions.
Yeah,
we'll get into
we're definitely gonna get into
that whole process. But
so we start off with a segment.
I was gonna say what we got in store.
So we start off with a segment we call Rapid Fire.
Okay.
It's pretty much just icebreaker questions, like anywhere from funny to insightful to random to sports, whatever it is, but has nothing to do with the initial interview. Okay. Right? So nothing that you're doing. These are just 5 random questions, right?
Yeah.
The 5th one, I don't think of one off the top of my head because I forgot my bag.
This man forgot his bag.
Bag of questions, but so you can only. So the first question is one that's pretty much been a staple with our podcast. I want to say probably starting like late last year, like, you know, every podcast kind of got that one question that they finally like. We finally got like ours, and the round just hit me. So this one is you can pick. You're gonna have 4. It's gonna be 4 different categories, but you get to pick one of each of these categories.
Okay.
Everything else erases in those categories, though. Okay. So it's like, imagine having a briefcase and you get to have these 4 things and you get to leave. You know.
Okay.
So it's 1 album, 1 TV show, 1 movie, and 1 book.
Oof.
But so first we're gonna start off is you can only pick 1 album.
1 album. Oh my god.
Any, you know, we're hip hop based, but it could be anything. You know, it could be fucking Taylor Swift. I can't name an album, but I don't even know the name of the album. It could be BTS. You know what I'm saying? Oh man. And mind you, these are tough.
I got two immediately in my mind. One of them isn't an album; it's a mixtape.
We'll throw you in there. This project.
Yeah.
Okay.
I would probably. It's to me, it's between the Marathon, the mixtape, or Wanna that came out in 2020.
Damn. Let's go with the Marathon.
Yeah, let's go with the.
We just gotta pick one.
That is, yeah.
Out of those 2, let's go with.
One is different, you know, because it's not as inspirational, whatever it is.
But if you haven't won, this is like the rest of your life.
You get one project.
You see, the reason why I pick one is because I feel like there's not one song on it that I would skip.
Oh, okay.
Then that's understandable.
And art is subjective.
Yeah.
How does it make you feel? You know what I mean? When you listen to it.
To me, I got different emotions with different songs, because some songs, you know, you can listen to in the gym.
Yeah.
Some songs, you can just kind of base your life around it. And for me, it hits different because I listened to the album like the first day I moved to Miami.
Oh, okay.
So like I kind of got that like what's that word?
It takes you to a different place,
like
nostalgia.
It makes me feel like I'm there, and like I really enjoyed my time there, and like you know, moving across the country for the first time, and you know, going to school, playing ball, all that stuff was different, and like, you know, he has some songs that were pretty motivating.
Like that album was, you could pretty much say like that was your life.
It's a chapter in my life. It was a chapter in my life,
and like a big move. You know what I mean? Like change during your life.
The friends I met there and stuff like that. You know, we all enjoyed the same music too, so it was a good time.
Yeah, and see,
the marathon's different because that's something that I've been listening to since beginning of high school, and that's all pure motivation.
Damn,
motivation and
those are good answers.
Yeah, so,
and that's what I love most about music, because it's like that type of shit. Like literally, I was listening early. I'll just quick story. Like I was listening early on my random playlist, and one song came on. Like I'm listening to, you know, all these songs playing, but then there's one song that came on and immediately transport when I was on the cruise. Yeah. Immediately transport, because I kept replaying. So I'm imagining myself walking through the halls on the cruise, feeling like that nigga just listened to that shit.
And you know what's funny is when you're when you're in that moment, you don't realize that it's gonna be like that when you get older.
Yeah, right.
Like when I'm listening to that stuff back when I was living there, I didn't think it was gonna have that type of like factor to it. So
music is
beautiful
for real. All right, one TV show.
One TV show. Oh my goodness.
Cartoon is included.
TV show. Drake and Josh.
Hey, let's go, Drake and Josh.
For many reasons, but I think that was a staple in my childhood.
Okay, let's go. We should make a sitcom. We should make like a mini series, Kev and Brian. That should be funny.
That would be.
That'd be pretty cool.
One movie. That's tough. Damn.
See, based off of
We need
like
that Jeopardy.
Bad News Bears.
We need that Jeopardy song.
as far as like cinematic and plot and everything like that, I know it's kind of a cliche answer, but Interstellar.
That's a good movie.
I like space movies. I like stuff like that, and I think it had a great forecasting shadow of like what was going to happen later on in the movie.
Yeah,
I think that was a good movie.
You know what's crazy? I ain't never watched that movie.
It's a good movie. I've seen it a couple times. It's been a while, but I thought like twice, like the first week it came out.
Darnell would be mad as hell about it because
I don't even think Darnell's watched
we went
that
through
movie.
we went through a whole episode of him saying movie names, and I would tell him like I didn't see that.
See, bro,
it was hood movies.
I'm a movie person, bro. I love movies. A lot of them I can't name,
yeah.
but I just would watch that movie and okay, I like that movie a lot.
Yeah.
So
I fuck with movies too.
Interstellar's up there.
There was a second one you were thinking of?
But there's so many. Honestly, I can't.
Yeah. We're actually doing one, so yeah, we can't do no seconds.
I'll stick with that answer though.
All right, for sure. And one book.
We were just talking about it a couple minutes ago.
Yeah,
Four Agreements.
the Four Agreements.
That was like my introduction into kind of like the lifestyle I live now, as far as pushing positivity and living a balanced lifestyle and having a mindset that will keep me present. That book is everything you need to start everything off to grow in that journey.
Hell yeah,
and it's so relatable. It's so relatable, and it's beautiful in so many different ways. So I think that book, it's an easy read too.
Yeah, it's not that long.
It's not that long.
Very small.
It's not complex, but it's perfect.
Yeah,
it's perfect.
Yeah, I just got it.
What was the book again?
The Four Agreements.
That's the one with like I've seen
the four symbols on the front. Yeah,
I never read the book. Got it? Let me borrow it.
Yeah, honestly, I don't even think I have it.
So I bought it years back, but I never read it, and I just got back from Minnesota. But I had a bunch of books in a box, so I was going through them when I was out there, and that was one of the books. But MTK was telling us about we were having a conversation about it before I left, like last week, or the week before that, and he was telling me he just started reading that book, and I was like, wait, I think I had that book. So I just brought it back home. So I'm like, I sent him a picture and everything. Like,
it's a good book to reread too.
Are you gonna let me borrow it?
Yeah.
I'll read it. And I'll let you borrow it after.
No, you're gonna let me borrow it.
Get on Amazon.
I'll
for
read
like
it
10
too.
bucks.
Yeah, that's just cheap too. Yeah. You go on thrift books and get it cheaper.
I gotta buy it when I can take Brian's.
I'm gonna give people a gym. Thriftbooks.com.
Never heard
Oh
of
yeah,
it.
fuck with thrift
I'm gonna
books.
put you on, bro. Bro, I'm telling you, any book, bro, that you could think of, and it's like but it gives you price. So you could buy brand new, you could buy new, good, very good, like based off someone because people return their books and
It's
stuff.
not online though. I like reading a physical.
No. So you buy the book and they ship it to you.
Okay.
But
I don't like the stuff, like.
but price wise, like I bought books that were like. They would tell you like the condition, so it'd be like good condition, like the book, but they like make sure the books, before they sell it. So like you could buy a book that's just in good condition, not very good or new. You could get a brand new, hardcover, paper cover.
For me, it don't matter.
And so I'll get like a good, but yeah, me too. I'm the same way. I just want to read the book. I don't care how it looks, the condition. Sometimes when you get that old book, you're like,
it brings character.
You know what I mean? Yeah, exactly. So like, bro, and that shit would be like, I bought probably like 10 books once, all like from civil rights to health to mental health, like all that stuff are like. Probably like $30, bro.
No way.
That's what I'm saying. Like you walk out with like you could like, I'm gonna put you on, bro.
Okay.
And the more you get, like the more books you buy, you earn points, so you can get free books and shit. You know what I mean? So it's a dope app, man.
Shout out to
Gets people to read too, because you're like, damn, I gotta buy more books so I can get those points.
Yeah. Incentives
instead of doing the opposite, buying some bullshit. You know.
Books with my phone load.
I'll send you. Do you have the app?
Yeah, I got that.
It looks like Amazon.
I'm gonna send you my referral though.
Yeah, I got that.
So if you buy a book, then I get I get some books and shit.
Cool.
But what's the next one? Oh yeah, so let's go over it. We said wanna
marathon.
Oh, so you go with the marathon instead?
Yeah, I think I'll go.
All right, so marathon. Drake and Josh. Interstellar.
And the four.
Oh, the Four Agreements. All right, those are the 4 picks right there, man. Right. A good briefcase.
I'll let you do the ones you put on.
You wanna?
You can do yours.
All right.
And I'll just do mine.
If all sports in the world got erased, but you can only keep one, which one you keep in? I guess it's similar like the other question. Baseball?
There's so much to it than the surface level what people see. And that's what I love about it. It takes skill, it takes brains, it takes everything. And I think it's a game that like what I love most about is it's a game that you like, for instance, in football or basketball, you can run the clock out. You can need the ball. Baseball, you gotta finish the game, and that's what's so cool about baseball is it's never over until the last out.
Okay, someone can hit that.
Yeah, there's no time. You just got the out.
Like,
that's a good point. I never thought about it like that.
I think it's. I mean, I'm biased, so I'm gonna say it's the biggest team sport. It's just a sport where it's the hardest to like individually accomplish something to help your team win. It happens, but like it's not like, you know, if you have a football player like Randy Moss, he can win either game himself.
Yeah, that makes sense.
Basketball, you got LeBron James.
Yeah.
Baseball, you need to like really have teamwork, and I think that's one sport where it will help you so much. As I'm learning today, like as myself, help like from playing it as a young kid, it's helped me learn life lessons.
Okay.
So I love that sport the most.
Yeah, we're gonna get into that too. As far as baseball.
To carry over about sports, would you rather? Well, I think you might pick what you said, but would you rather win a Super Bowl, a Finals, a World Series, or the World Cup if you were a player?
Or a tennis or golf tournament.
I'm not gonna lie, I'd probably pick World Cup.
Yeah.
I think just because it's like it's the biggest event in the world.
Yeah, that's true.
And it has so much more of an impact to like the people who are part of that country that is winning.
Damn.
And you know, you're on the biggest stage possible, and for me, I love pressure. So it's like that's the most ultimate pressure. No,
everywhere.
Wait. I'm just looking at the team who got a Super Bowl ring. I'm just looking at that.
Yeah, I'm not gonna say pick football.
Yeah,
football.
you know,
Shitty ring.
You know, not their teams. You know what I'm saying? You know, let me just I just had to put that out there because that was imagine that as a commercial break. You know,
you had your 15 minutes of fame like 20 years ago.
Yeah, we don't care about that anymore. But yeah, World Cup's a good answer. I mean, hey, you got everyone from across the world,
the whole world's watching.
Countries you never even heard of watching you. You know.
Yeah.
So,
what about World Cup?
Yeah.
Or an Olympic, like winning an Olympic gold medal.
I think it depends what event you're competing in.
Okay, let's use that as the last as another question before you get into yours. If you can be in any Olympic sport and win a gold medal, in which one would you choose?
Probably like the 400 meter.
Damn, this man trying to go.
I would never win that, but if I could,
but just say you could.
That's like that. I think it's so special because like, bro, people are training for 4 years, well, longer than 4 years,
one race,
for their whole life, for 30 seconds.
So, and that's crazy. And I always think about how like mentally challenging that would have to be if you fucked up.
Oh my god, the preparation, it takes like weeks.
That's what I'm saying.
That day.
But imagine your start, like you fall down or something. Like you see someone do a hurdle and they fall off the first hurdle. I'll be like,
you just fucked your whole time.
I'll be crushed. Bro.
It's funny because when I used to watch it, I'll be like, this is it. Like, that's all they're doing.
All you do.
And it's just like, yeah, it is.
Yeah, when you get older, you realize it more. Yeah.
All that is into one thing.
And it's a mind game, too. Like, you have all that pressure on you and hoping that the pressure don't get to you. Like you said,
and you got the country, because some of those people, too, like, got the whole country, like, on their back. Like, there's some people in some of the sports where, like I think, like, I don't know if it's Korea or one of them, but, like, they might have, like archery is the only thing that they're going to get a medal in. Like USA and China and everyone's gonna see all the other sports, but like there's some
one
countries
thing you're gonna just outdo.
Imagine the pressure on that person though. That's like the whole country. Like I got literally like I'm the only person that could get a gold medal for my country.
Lithuania,
you know what I mean?
I think what's harder on that too is
random country.
You know, with other sports. Like for instance, for football, you have 17 weeks to learn how to play. You can deal with the pressure.
Yeah.
You have playoffs before you get to the Super Bowl. Like in the Olympics, you don't have any. Like,
there ain't no.
No, you don't have any warm up. So it's like that right there is the go getter.
Man,
that's why
I love That's why I love the Olympics. Like when it comes on, because it's like, and then the people's stories, right? You hear stories about like, this is the first person to win for this country. Like you're like, damn, they're about to be like treated like a god,
as they should.
Like, you know what I mean? Like, build a statue like the old, like the Romans and Greeks and shit. Like, damn. Hey, that would be a crazy feeling though, like going back home, like with that medal, like,
like to be Usain Bolt or Michael Phelps would be awesome,
bruh. Yeah,
or
Michael Phelps,
Simone Biles.
Yeah, Simone Biles. Yeah, she was going in.
Like, and what's crazy is they make it look easy.
For real.
And it's not.
But you know, like to get to that point though, like the work that you have to put in is probably.
And you're competing against people who are the best of the best.
And that's another thing too. Like you forget about that. Like these people are.
They know
you got motherfuckers in Russia like training probably against beers and shit, like doing some crazy thing, like, and you got to compete against someone like that,
like the best of the best.
Especially like boxing and all those different things. It's like damn, like even like USA, like they had to put together a team again, like to make sure like we do good in basketball. It's like they can't even miss a step because if we do, we're gonna lose to another team out there. You know what I mean?
France is getting better.
Yeah.
Spain. A lot of countries.
All these countries.
You got Canada. You got
better.
Yeah. What's the team? Yeah, because they went up against. What's the one they went up against in the finals? Was it France?
France.
It was France. Yeah. When LeBron got dunked on, that shit was crazy. But that shit was,
talk about that.
shit was crazy, bro.
God damn.
I jumped out of my seat. I was like, oh shit.
Right.
Bro, I think he was good throughout the whole Olympics, but he made the NBA roster because of that play.
No, real shit. Yeah,
I
he
forgot
got
his
signed.
name. I
Yeah.
don't want to mispronounce it, but
Yeah.
he went to I think Philly.
Yeah, he went. I think he just
signed with the Knicks.
The Knicks. Yeah. Bro's
Yeah, he's a dog, but that
real.
put him on the map.
No, real shit. Though, you get
All I need
LeBron,
is
you're getting signed.
All you need
man.
is one play, man.
No, against the right person too. Like it wasn't just anybody. Like
Right.
that was LeBron. You know.
Yep.
Right, you
But-
did that shit on LeBron James.
But on the flip side, LeBron went crazy though in the
Yeah.
Olympics
Him and
too.
Steph.
Yeah, him and Steph. Like,
Right.
go
For
ahead.
our last question, we'll bring music into it. Name 3 essential tracks in your workout playlist.
3 essential tracks. Okay. Right now, currently.
Yeah, say if you're gonna go do 400 meter right now, or you're preparing for whatever you're gonna do.
Marathon,
You know,
whatever. You know.
What are 3 like you need to listen to?
Like I need these on my playlist.
you need these 3 before you go.
Like I don't care about any other song, but these 3 have to be on my playlist.
I like starting my day off with No Days Off on the Crenshaw album.
Okay.
I like the chorus of that. I think he sampled a Beyonce song
Damn.
from that, so I like that.
I gotta listen to it again.
That whole instrumental is beautiful. And the,
that's on my
obviously the
that's on my
lyrics
motivation
behind
playlist.
it. Then if I'm at the gym, I gotta have some Future on. Probably 712.
Okay.
I love that song.
Yeah.
There's so many Future songs I could say, but I like that song. And I got one more.
Yeah.
Um,
I feel like this one gonna be random as hell. You gonna be like Selena Gomez.
I really right now I got Gunna's new track on repeat. Won't Stop.
I mean, it's a new one, like recent.
It came out 2 weeks ago.
Okay.
2
I
times ago.
gotta go listen to that then. Yeah.
There's a lot of songs I could put for right now. Like that's what I have on repeat.
Okay.
So
Yeah.
Okay.
That's good.
good workout songs.
I'll have to check that out.
Yeah. Well, you said you got the Nipsey No Days Off on your motivational playlist.
It's a great song, bro. That man.
I didn't make a motivational playlist. I don't have one. Like,
Dude, it gets you going.
yeah. I kind of just like, well, I have playlists, but like all of them are like specific. Like it would be like R&B, hip hop. Like it would be like specific.
I used to never make
what I
playlists,
mean?
but now I got
Yeah.
specific playlists for like specific moments. Like if I'm gonna go on a run, I got my
Okay.
Gym, I got that. If I'm having like a weird day, okay, let me have my motivation.
Yeah. You got Eye of the Tiger on there and shit.
Nah, I don't.
Yeah,
No,
you got that.
Fucking Highway to Hell.
no.
Highway. You know that song? I can see Kevin.
Yeah,
singing
That's
that.
it.
Yeah,
The
yeah.
AC/DC.
I don't know. I can't stand that shit. That shit play in the fucking like the grocery store and shit,
Oh no.
bro.
5th time.
I had that shit like yeah, like you're like oh my.
They're playing that at a grocery store.
Oh well, when I was in Minnesota, this is when I was in Minnesota.
Okay.
That different grocery store.
Right.
You know that's what white people like to listen to and shit. So unless you're Caleb, but all right, you ready? You ready to get into it, Caleb?
Yeah, man.
Yeah.
Are you ready to get?
Let's go.
Are you ready to get into it?
I'm ready.
Well, I guess we could talk about, kind of like just, I know a big thing on our podcast is, we like to hear a lot about the journey, you know what I mean? And kind of like the ups and downs and to kind of get to where you're at now, you know what I mean?
Yeah.
And of course, in your case, it's different because we're not interviewing an artist or anything
Yeah.
like that. So I guess we could start off with more of getting to what you're doing now. We could start off about your journey as far as in sports, like, going into your baseball career.
Okay.
You know what I mean? Because I know there's a lot of ups and downs in
Yeah,
that.
it's been a lot of ups and downs. Unfortunately, a little bit more downs than ups.
Yeah.
But that's part of life. But I guess we could start back like in high school.
Yeah.
And I'm not trying to sound like one of those guys that's like, oh, I peaked in high school.
Yeah.
I'm not gonna like celebrate the high school. This is high school.
Yeah. No, but it's part of the journey. But before we get into that though, hey man, shout out Roosevelt because we was on the flag football team killing shit.
Literally, you lost like one game, 2 games in 3 years.
That's where I peaked in football. I didn't give myself a chance to see how far I could go with that. But so yeah, we're talking about peaks. Like
Yeah, so high school was different, unfortunately. Or I don't want to say unfortunately because I still enjoy my time there, but San Diego High wasn't necessarily the best environment for sports. I think for all sports. But we still had
not to cut you off, though. I felt like the ones who, because I'm pretty sure you're gonna get into it, but the sports that did succeed, I feel like they didn't give like.
No, we didn't get.
You know
we
what I
didn't
mean?
get our flowers.
Yeah,
we didn't get our.
I guess
flowers.
I'm pretty sure you're probably gonna get to that.
Yeah.
So,
Well, I was gonna start off from my freshman year. My freshman year, I was blessed enough to make the varsity team, which was like crazy. I would have never thought that I would, achieve something like that early at an age. And I think I was 14 when I had like my first game. And back then, when you're a freshman, seniors look like giants.
Mm-hmm.
And I remember my first game was against Otay Ranch, and we it was like in a tournament, and I struck out a guy like my first at bat, and I was just like,
damn,
on a high. I was like, dude, this is crazy.
Yeah.
And super scared, super nervous, but I think that was the starting point and turning point where I was continuing to be good at baseball. Sophomore year, had a good year. And it wasn't until junior year where I was like, okay, you know what? Like, I'm going to make this become something that I want to pursue.
Mm-hmm.
Like, junior year is when I think I had a better junior year than I had senior year.
Okay.
If I'm not wrong, I had like maybe 16 wins as a pitcher. We only had like 30 games in the season. So I had 16 wins. I don't remember the exact count for home runs, but I had a lot of home runs hitting. And that really helped me kind of get a little bit on the radar for my senior year.
You have to play at Petco Park too.
My junior year, yep. Got to play Petco.
Oh damn! I didn't know that.
Brian didn't even get to show up. I showed up.
I wanted
to know.
Shame on you, dude.
He's probably smoking weed somewhere.
Shame on you, dude.
We won that game too.
Total opposite.
This man's supposed to say no to drugs, and he's been fucking.
Yeah, we could talk about my journey later. It's in my episode.
It's funny you remember that. I don't. That's crazy.
Yeah, makes and then you're wrong. You guys a hotel room that night.
That's right.
It's a real friend right here, man.
Yeah, it is. So junior year was great. Junior year was when
Shout out to your mom.
I started building into my body a little bit more. I still wasn't in any type of shape. I was, just getting a little taller and stuff like that. But that helped me, like I said, get my stock up for senior year. And senior year, one person that I always think was one of my coaches, Coach Ace. He was like a drill sergeant, and he completely changed our culture for our senior year of high school. And like we were over here doing burpees.
A drill sergeant.
Yeah, bro, we were doing crazy stuff.
And burpees are rough too.
Like, dude,
that's like kill shit.
At first, I hated it.
Yeah,
I didn't hate him, but like I hated the way he coached because I'm like, dude, like we're high school baseball. This is insane.
Yeah.
Long story short,
like, why are we doing this shit for?
Drop and give me 8,000, like 8,000, bro. What the fuck?
Yeah, basically, and running a lot. So that's where I found out that I hated running my senior year of high school.
Well, that's why you succeed.
Right.
Yeah. We'll get there.
Facts.
But yeah, so I had a really good year as well. I had basically like the same stats as the number 1 draft pick, who was from Cathedral High School.
Oh wow!
So my stats, I
compare Cathedral to San Diego High School.
Yeah, now was that thing. I went to San Diego High. We played against teams like Hoover, Crawford. No disrespect to them, but my stats didn't line up because he's playing against other good schools.
Okay.
Yeah, he got Cathedral.
Yeah.
Damn.
So
and he got more eyes on it.
Yeah.
We're inner city school.
You have the luxury of playing at Cathedral Catholic, where that school looked like a damn.
It was a little college.
Yeah.
That shit nice.
That's what I heard. Sure.
So I had a really good year. We were really good. We were a really good team too. I had a ton of teammates who were like outstanding, and we won state that year. So it was super dope. I got like my first ring ever. Like that was the first time I really ever won anything like that big of an accomplishment. And I remember that was like maybe 2 or 3 weeks before we graduated high school. And then I think like maybe 2 or 3 days before our graduation was the draft. And I came out in a newspaper showing that I was going to have me projected to be on the draft. And I'm like, bro, like, no, like my dream's coming true. It was crazy. And I remember we were in Mr. Lehman's class. I forgot what period we had it.
I hope I was there.
I was checking my phone like this is back. To me, this is back when Twitter was actually like Twitter. Twitter was actually
before people were like just posting bullshit to get paid.
Right.
So there was like this MLB draft tracker, and I was projected to go in the 20th round.
I think I remember this. Yeah.
And I just had my phone refreshing because I'm like, dude, I'm about to get drafted.
Yeah. Ain't nothing in this class matter right now.
And I told Mr. Lehman, like, Mr. Lehman, is it okay if I'm on my phone? Like, I think I'm about to get drafted.
Yeah.
Like, of course. And I remember I had some of the other classmates around me.
Like checking too and shit.
I'm just checking. 20th round goes by, 21st, 22nd, 23rd, 24th. I'm like, okay, like, what's going on?
Yeah.
And then the next day, I don't even think there's that many rounds in the draft no more. But like the next day was like rounds 30 through 50. And
damn. So
I remember we were in I was in, who was the event marketing teacher?
Miss Mall? What was her name?
Small, might be Miss Mall.
Is that her?
Miss Mall.
Yeah, that was her name, right? Miss Mall? Yeah.
Miss Mall, yeah.
She was awesome. She was a really cool teacher.
Shout out to her. Hope she doing well.
Yeah.
I remember the next day after, like I was expected to get drafted, I went into her class during lunchtime, still having hope to check the draft tracker, and nothing happened. I was just like so bummed.
Damn.
Because I didn't know what happened. Like I thought I was supposed to get drafted, and then
you had an agent and all that too, right?
Yeah, I had an agent. Probably wasn't the best agent. He didn't really keep in touch with me at the time too. He wasn't like kind of pushing my stock out, nothing like that. But it didn't work out for whatever reason. So okay, I still was able. I made the All-American Under Armour team for the West Coast, which is like 10. I don't know. It was like 15 15 players per coast, whatever. The only reason why I didn't do it is because it was $5,000. I didn't have $5,000.
Oh, damn.
You know, so I would have gone on a trip to Chicago, play at Wrigley Field, and had tons of offers from that, but I wasn't able to.
Yeah.
So that didn't work out. I was still able to make like the first all team, whatever, and I didn't want to go the university route, because in baseball, if you go to university, you have to wait either 3 years till you're a junior, or till you're 21 to get drafted. So I'm like, okay, you know, I'm gonna go to Southwestern College. Southwestern College, I partially tore my hamstring. Didn't work out. And for whatever reason at the time, this was before LA was like social media frenzy, anything like that. I was infatuated with wanting to live to LA.
Yeah.
So I contacted a couple of coaches from the LA area, and then I went to community college up in LA, called West LA College. And I didn't really have the good. I was BSing. I didn't really have that good.
Oh, damn.
I don't know. Baseball wasn't. I look back now and I get upset at myself because I didn't put.
You didn't feel like you put everything into it.
I didn't weight train. I didn't do anything like that.
Yeah.
And then I come back here after the first season because I'm like, okay, you know what? I'm done with LA. Let me come back home. And I went to Mesa College. And Mesa College was one school that really, really wanted me out of high school. But they're like, you know, we know we're not going to get you because you're probably going to get drafted. So I was like, hey, you know, a couple years later, hey, like, you guys still want me? They're like, of course. For whatever weird reason, man, me and the coaches had kind of a different vision of ourselves.
Yeah.
And they started creating lies saying that I was falling asleep at weight room classes, showing up late. I don't even know how I'd fall asleep at a weight room class.
Yeah, that's insane. Right? Yeah.
They told me they didn't. One thing that started getting me really like self-conscious about my tattoos and like my appearance, they were telling me to cover my tattoos.
Oh, wow.
Sleeves.
Damn.
This is back when I had my blonde hair.
Oh, okay.
They told me to cut it off. So like they were really just trying to shape me and mold me to be a person that I obviously wasn't.
Yeah, just like alter your image.
Yeah,
like they wanted out of their players. Yeah,
and it was a very strict program. It wasn't something I was used to. It was different, strict, because it was like they told me not to even. I remember Abraham went to Mesa at the time when I was there, and they told me not to talk to him because he's part of the football team. Oh, we don't want to have our image be part of the football team. What does that mean?
Yeah, it's like,
so it was really weird. You know me, bro. I'm not a person. I kind of wish I stood up for myself a little bit more, especially back at that time. I'm kind of I wouldn't call myself a pushover. Definitely not now, but at the time, I avoided confrontation.
Yeah.
So I didn't really speak up for myself, but there were still times where they could see that I wasn't.
You let things slide a little bit more than you should have. Yeah.
But for whatever reason, they ended up cutting me on my birthday, which really sucked.
That's fucked up.
And I remember I came back home and I told my mom, I was like, Mom, I just got cut. She's like, you're joking. Whatever. Like, year and a half ago, I'm at a point where I'm getting drafted. Yeah. Pretty much. And then year and a half later, I'm getting cut by junior college.
Yeah. I was something like, don't bring the cake out. Don't bring the cake out. Birthday party. So everyone just like hides back in the cake like, oh shit, we about to surprise you. Never mind. Shit.
Yeah, bro. It was, man, I didn't want to see, or I didn't touch a baseball for like 8 months.
Jeez.
And I was super like, bro, baseball, like I hate baseball. But then I snapped out of it. I'm like, I'm not gonna let these people determine what I have going on for myself.
Yeah.
And at that time I think I was 19 years old. Mm-hmm. So I still had hope that I could still make it. And mind you, bro, I'm on tour now. That was my third school.
Yeah.
I'm
on tour.
My next school I went to.
You're in the transfer portal before.
Yeah. Oh my god, thing. Bro. For anybody who's in college right now having to go through different transcripts, I understand that pain, bro. That is the most time-consuming, difficult, having to like get all your transcripts from all these different schools.
Damn.
Oh my gosh, bro.
And especially because like getting transferred, like it should be such a simple thing,
bro.
You know what I mean? Because they have that shit all on computers and stuff. Like, bro, just print me my shit or email it to me.
Oh man.
What you doing?
We didn't have no chat GPT back then.
Right. Right.
We didn't have this stuff. So we're pretty much UNC status now, but. At the time, after Mesa College,
we're not there yet.
Weekend 30.
Yeah, we're not there yet, bro.
We're almost.
Goddamn.
Almost.
Nah, we still good, bro.
Got 2 years, man.
Yeah.
We're almost there.
Yeah. But
UNC is not till like 35 and up.
Okay.
Like it's like way later.
No, but
it's like OG.
I wanted to ask.
We're in the OG, place.
If you had the $5,000 to do the Under Armour,
would I do it?
No, I would say, do you think that could have possibly gotten eyes on
you
and changed it?
100%, because it's something that like at that time, social media wasn't pushed as it is now. Because now like there's kids who I see like
you get that GoFundMe or something.
Oh yeah, no, but like you can market yourself through social media or TikTok.
Oh yeah.
Back then, like like you had to go to events to be able to do stuff
Social
like
media.
that.
That's true.
Yeah, like we
Yeah.
didn't have anything. Like I couldn't post myself because to what platform? Like it wasn't.
Yeah,
like,
yeah.
it wasn't
No one's
like
looking at that.
Yeah,
They're
like,
going to the games. They're
Yeah,
going to
so
check
it
out
was this
scout.
really big-
That's when scouting was really
exactly.
scouting.
Yeah, like you didn't like you had to really
You had to like email all these coaches
Yeah.
and stuff.
Right.
You
Yeah.
get lucky to have a response.
Yeah.
And
exactly.
Send them your little tape, and you know.
Yeah, and that's what I did. And I remember
That's what Josh
the
Allen did.
the tryout was here in California, and I made the tryout. I made the tryout both as a pitcher and position player, which was
Oh, wow.
because I did at the time still I didn't know what I wanted to do.
Yeah.
I love hitting, but as a pitcher you can't hit
Yeah.
unless you're all time.
As a pitcher too,
That's
like
Ohtani, right?
even for the people, because you're a lefty, right?
Yeah, so I had an advantage.
Yeah.
I had an advantage, you know. So like a jack of all trades. But yeah, I think if I had the 5,000, I would without a doubt do it.
Yeah.
Even if it wasn't for the draft, there was probably more college schools in attendance than
that would been
Yeah.
scouting you, and then
Yeah, and I, you
send
know,
you an offer.
I got an
Yeah,
offer. I only got scouted by one college my high school career, and that was Rutgers, which is random.
Rutgers all the way on the
Yeah.
other side of the
Super
country.
random.
Yeah.
But that's the thing, you know. I don't want to blame it specifically on you know like the school or anything like that, you know, because at the end of the day, if I would have been undeniable talent, then a lot of people would have came to see me regardless of what high school I went to. But I think it played a factor. You know, if I would have went to a different school, then you know it would have been different. But at the same time, I'm grateful none of that stuff happened because I would have never met you guys, or I would have met you.
Well, what
but
do
it
you mean?
would've
We're
been
picking,
The bond wouldn't be probably
yeah,
as close.
the bond would be different.
you think
know?
so?
Yeah, I think so.
4 years, you know, out of high school,
At
when
that
I was
age.
seeing you every day, and you know,
At that age,
I would
At
have met
that
other
age.
people.
That's true. That's true.
it's like saying you're still close to people that you're close with.
Yeah,
in middle school that you didn't
because
go
I was,
to.
I mean, because high school we were close though. We were always going to your house, you
Every
know.
day.
Yeah, that's what I'm saying.
Every day.
I think it would have still been there. I think.
I would hope
I think
so,
it would
but I
have still
wouldn't
been
be
there.
surprised if it didn't.
I'll ask you this: are you close to people that you went to middle school with that you didn't go to high school with? Are you still close to them?
From
From
well,
middle
most
school,
people we went
but
to
not-
middle school. We went to high
But
school.
I'm saying the ones that didn't go to high school with us. I'm sure there's people that you went to middle school with.
Darian.
Other than him,
That's I answered your question.
but other than him, is there anyone though? You might have the one, but that doesn't mean if
probably not. That probably
Jagger's also doing
that I
his
could-
thing.
that
Like he
could-
might not have.
that I could think of.
I think for our
don't
situation is
Yeah.
different because we were just so close knit. But
That's
as
what I'm
far
saying,
as like
it's
a
like-
generalization for other people,
Yeah, because I think it's different because we went to middle school and we went to high
Yeah.
school together. Like and we were like I said, we know your mom. Like it's different.
Yeah.
I think it's different, and if our foundation was different than if we were just were friends
Yeah.
and didn't go to your house. If
But
we were just
see-
friends going to school, I think yes, you're right.
but see, if I would have went
You
to
know.
Eastlake High School and if I would have gotten drafted, then I would have never even. seen
then we
you
would have,
guys.
then that would have been
So
different.
like
yeah.
the friendship wouldn't have been as strong as it
Yeah,
is today.
yeah, because I don't think we built a stronger friendship. I think high school we built more of a stronger connection than we did in middle school.
Yeah.
you know, because sometimes we're butt heads in middle school from football shit. You ain't passing me the motherfucking ball, goddamn.
Yeah, which is Darian.
I used to hate this motherfucker because he wouldn't pass me the ball.
Which is why to this day I don't regret anything.
Yeah.
You know, because I have faith that, you know, everything happens for a reason is like
I agree.
cliche as that is.
Yeah.
But I'm happy with where I'm at now because those things, those events and stuff like
Molded
that.
you to who you are now.
Exactly.
Right,
So,
100%.
so yeah, so after Mesa College, I went to Grossmont. Grossmont had a crazy year. I was getting scouted again to get drafted. Was leading all California, all junior colleges, every stat
Damn.
for pitching. At this point, I'm just a pitcher.
Yeah.
COVID.
Oh shit! Damn, I even. That's crazy.
Oh man, I was so upset. I was ready to get
Damn.
drafted. I was like, bro, this is finally, you know, everything's
Yeah.
lining up. And COVID hit. Everything got suspended. And I think this COVID hit like around March. So we were
Yeah.
just about to start.
Yeah.
We were just about
Like
to start.
right in the beginning of the
We
year.
had like our like we're at a halfway point through our season where we had like played against schools up in LA. We played against a school called Saddleback. They were ranked like number 2, 3 in the state. Killed them.
If it's not one thing, it's another.
And that's what
Oh,
it is.
that's-
So
I
I
forgot about
was
that.
feeling so good. I was like throwing my hardest at this point. I think I was throwing like around 91, 92 miles per hour. And still at this time, I didn't even really weight train.
Yeah.
I wasn't really like fully into my body. And
So you're imagining what you could have been like,
yeah, so.
or if you
so-
put in that type of.
So
yeah.
during COVID, I can't even get mad at it because everybody else had to endure that
Right,
too. You know,
right,
so everybody
yeah.
else is kind of in this weird gray area.
Yeah.
But I was like, at this point, I was still on Twitter pushing my highlight films, like what I can do. And I
Yeah.
remember I posted to this collegiate like Twitter page, whatever, and they reposted my highlight film. Dude, I had tons of schools hit me up.
Yeah.
But like they were all either like middle like one like you see like kind of like smaller D1 schools.
Yeah.
Okay.
But at this point too, my D1 clock was running out. So I was like, I don't want to go to D1 school because I'm probably not going to play as much as I want to because of my clock. And
Was it a big age thing?
yeah, at this point, I think I was 21 or 22, and I had a school from Miami hit me up. I was like, oh, from Miami, like. I had told myself in the season, like before my season at Gross Mind started, I was like, I either want to get drafted or I want to go play at the University of Miami.
Yeah.
I didn't get hit up by the University of Miami, but I got hit up by an NAIA school, which is like kind of equivalent to like a junior college, but they offered me a full ride. They offered me everything, free schooling, everything like that. They were going to bring me out there, and one of the coaches had played for the Marlins.
Oh wow.
So he like had tons of connections, and I said, dude, I'm gonna go out there. I'm gonna chase my dream, and I was able to. It was fun. It was really cool. I wasn't able to complete the full season because then I tore my ACL.
Yeah.
So
the injury. Yeah, because I know the injuries were always like
tore my ACL playing basketball. So I came back home.
Jeez.
Playing something you shouldn't have been playing.
Playing something I should have been doing.
Yeah.
And man, that's when I feel like I hit rock bottom. Just because I barely got my surgery 7 months ago, and I tore my ACL 2.5 years ago.
Must be nice. You telling me?
Oh yeah, he still didn't got surgery.
Bro, I tore my ACL almost 9 years ago.
God damn! But doesn't it heal back at that point?
No.
Yeah, it heals, but it's not as
not heal back, but like
strong.
yeah.
Like I still feel it to this day. Like
God damn,
it might jolt on me.
I'm about to fall down one day.
If you're gonna be like living an everyday life, it's okay.
Yeah.
But if you want to do anything
Sports.
Sports wise, okay.
it's just not connected.
Oh,
It's not. Yeah.
So
Because I tore my meniscus and my ACL in my right knee.
how much is that like if you were to get like surgery like with your like with
I mean,
I have insurance. It's like $30K, bro.
I say at that time I was under my mom's and she was pregnant. She kind of want to put that under the insurance because she's
she's about to have
a kid. I also had to work because obviously I was kicked out 2 weeks after I got a job when I was 18. So like I had rent to pay. I gotta do this and that. So I never got the surgery. I couldn't walk for a month. I couldn't put weight. Like I was scared.
I remember that. Yeah.
Because when
I remember that.
I was playing like again, my goal was that. This is 2016. Yeah, 2016. My goal was like that following year, 2017. I'm gonna enroll in school, play for a junior college, play football. Of course, doing the thing I shouldn't be doing. I play football on the street with my friends. Here I am. I was 18, 19 at the
Right
time.
there by Muni, kind of. Like
No, I was in the ghetto off like Ocean View. I don't even know what that park's called.
I thought you were playing by San Diego High.
No.
Like by the.
No, no, I was playing off in Ocean View. I was in the ghetto. What's it called? But yeah, I just remember here I am lined up as corner. They threw it to someone in the middle. No, they just like tossed it to like someone. He ran in the middle of the field. Here I am trying to be the great player I am. I come from the other side of the field to go make the tackle because
Yeah.
And then I just remember, I think my cleat got like stuck in dirt.
God.
And that's when it happened.
Damn.
Did you feel the pop or did you hear it?
It was all bang bang. So it's like, I just remember my leg going numb. And I was like,
I heard my pop.
Oh.
It sounds like a champagne bottle, bro.
God damn.
I think I felt it, but I didn't hear it.
And
because it was all this bang bang, and then my leg went numb, and I couldn't I was on the ground for a while because I'm like, what the hell's wrong with my leg? I'm starting to feel
Yeah.
And then I tried to get up, and I tried to plant. I felt like my leg. Imagine this: my leg's my knee, right?
Yeah.
I felt like it went my leg was like my knee part.
Yeah.
Like the thigh was gonna go down, and then my bottom part of my leg, like my shin, and all that was gonna go sideways.
Ooh.
And I hopped off it. I'm like,
Yeah.
that wasn't good.
I mean,
And then my leg just went swollen as fuck.
Yeah.
And it started to be in pain.
Excruciating.
I couldn't
Jeez.
I couldn't shower. I had to
Oh
use
my
rags to
God.
wash myself because I couldn't put pressure on that leg to get into
God
the
damn,
bath.
that man was stinking.
Oh my god.
Man, I wasn't doing shit. I was
Nah,
washing
just
myself
fucking-
with soap, man. But
I had to put some comedic relief in it.
Eventually, I had to go. I had to get
We
the.
needed it. Shit.
Shit, it probably was days I was, but
Yeah.
I had to get the MRI done, and they told me fucking torn ACL and meniscus, complete tears.
Jeez.
I'm like,
God damn.
well, and then I was thinking like, well, there goes my dream.
Yeah.
'Cause my goal was because I lost like 50 pounds in like 3 or 4 months that year. I was doing Cow's Mountain
You were doing that
like
a lot,
like
yeah.
at least 4 times a week.
That's true. I remember that.
There's times I did it twice a day, but
I remember that, yeah.
yeah, I went from like I can't remember what I think I was at 310 at that time. I got down to like 260.
Damn.
And then I do that, and then
At that point, yeah.
it kind of just like ruined my dreams because I know I was gonna get the surgery right away. Still haven't got it. And I was like, my time's time's ticking. Like players get
Yeah, that's a
drafted
big
at
thing.
21 years old.
Yeah,
When I was
yeah.
19, I'm like, I'm not even if I get the surgery, I'm putting myself back because it's gonna take me
And your damaged goods too.
9 months to
that
a
too.
year before I even try to play for a junior college. So that kind of like ruined my dream, and I just wish I was told myself I should have just did Cows Mountain that day. Like, why did I freaking go play football?
Oh
with my
man,
friends,
the
you know?
the thoughts of regret I used to have, like, you know, now I'm content with it.
Yeah.
Yeah, it is what it is, you know.
But man, dude, I went down a spiraling black hole after I gained so much weight. Wasn't able to do anything, so I couldn't work out, couldn't do anything. Was just eating my
Nothing else
my
to do.
pain and sadness away, you know. So,
Yeah. Food was the comfort, like.
yeah. Baseball's out of the picture.
So how long were you still in Miami when you tore?
I came back
your ACL?
home.
Oh, you came right back. Okay.
Well, I was actually home on break. When
you tore?
I went to EOS and was playing basketball.
shit.
Tore it.
Damn.
No point in me going back.
So they shut it down.
Yeah.
No more gym.
Jeez.
No more
Got
hoop.
my scholarship taken away.
Yeah.
So it sucked, bro. But
Damn.
Like, this man's playing basketball.
yeah. But it took me a long time to snap out of that.
Yeah.
And, you know, like to this day, I haven't pitched on a mound since I was in Miami.
Damn.
Which, you know, kills me because my whole identity was baseball. Like, I played baseball probably 350 days a year out of 365,
Yeah.
all day, every day.
Jeez.
So wasn't doing anything, and you know, kind of shifting to where my life is now. It took me about 1.5 years to get out of that funk, and running is what got me into, you know, living a better lifestyle. And one of my friends, he was starting this fundraiser for men's mental health,
Yeah.
specifically towards like athletes, you know, people who lose their identity. And I was like, oh, this is like right up my alley.
Yeah.
He's like, oh, we're gonna go run a marathon for it. And you know, I'm like, oh, marathon, cool.
Yeah. Hold on. Put the mic a little.
Like, marathon's not that hard. It's
Yeah.
not that bad. And I probably had about 3 weeks of training before
Yeah.
I ran the marathon. I was like, oh, it's not that bad. 26 miles, cool.
Man,
So I ran
26 miles.
I ran 10 miles like
I could barely won't run.
I
I'm
ran,
stressing about my 5K in September.
I ran 10 miles like the first week, a couple weeks before, and I was dead, bro. 10 miles. I had blisters on my feet,
Ooh.
and I was gonna tell him like, bro, there's no way I could do this. And it was in Joshua Tree.
Okay.
So
Hot
Joshua
as
Tree
hell.
is
Yeah.
hot,
Yeah.
bro.
Mhm.
And I'm like, you know what?
Out there, but cactus.
It was only going to be 9 of us, so I was
Yeah.
like, I can't back out now. Like, this dude's depending on me, bro. I was miserable. That was probably the weakest my body has, and I'm on a torn ACL.
I was saying you did that shit
Yeah,
after
yeah,
surgery.
I'm on a torn ACL, bro.
So
my
that shit
knees-
probably
oh my god,
buckling.
it's crazy.
God damn.
I was
Yeah, you're probably thinking the worst in your
I
head,
was
like
in-
at that point,
I
like
was
10
in-
miles in.
I was in so much discomfort, and I
Yeah.
was in so much pain physically with my whole body, my stamina, everything like that. And I still hold myself to a competitive edge where like there's guys who I ran that with that I'm still really cool with to this day. They're
Yeah.
awesome people, but they're like qualified to run for the Boston Marathon. So
Oh,
like
wow.
they're like peak marathon runners.
Yeah.
And in my head, I'm still expecting myself to.
Oh shit! God damn.
Shit, my bad.
You good?
Dude, yeah. I was pissed off. You were talking about these Boston Marathon runners.
Yeah. So in my head, I'm thinking that okay, you know,
Yeah.
I'm an athlete. I should be able to keep up with them.
Yeah.
Bro, they smoked me.
God damn.
they-
I mean,
they-
yeah.
They waited for me to cross the finish line, but I took so long.
Yeah.
Compared to them, yeah.
Compared to I had one really good friend that
Waited, like, did it with
he
you?
walked, bro. I
Oh,
had to
wow.
walk like the last 5 miles, bro.
Yeah.
And it was blistering hot,
Yeah.
and I was just so bad, and I was so disgusted with like how I performed that like on some like Mamba mentality, it made me like,
Yeah.
bro, I'm gonna perfect this one day.
Oh wow.
Like, I'm gonna be the best runner because I was
Yeah.
so humiliated. Even though like it's nothing to be humiliated about.
Yeah,
you know,
yeah.
I still
You
crossed
finished.
the finish
Yeah,
line.
exactly.
But I was so bad, bro. I was so bad that I was like,
Yeah.
bro, I'm gonna make marathon running something that I can like I
Yeah.
can do.
Yeah.
Perfect it, yeah.
Came back home from the Joshua Tree trip, got some new running shoes, and started running every day. Still with a torn ACL.
Yeah.
And I think like after a couple months, I got my pace down a lot. It was just one thing after another. Signed up for a half marathon, I think 5 or 6 months later, and finished it with like an average pace of like 7 minutes and something.
Damn.
So like I really just put my drive into that, and this all kind of like correlated with my fitness account.
Before we get into that, yeah, I got a 5K in September, man. What are some tips?
You, bro, you better. I hope you do.
Here's some
You
tips.
better do it. Tips, bro.
I did 1 mile like 2 weeks ago.
One
I'm like,
thing-
fuck, I gotta do this 2 more times.
So the biggest
Yeah,
thing that I love the most about running is that like, bro, you cannot cheat running. You cannot take any enhancements. You cannot take anything to like make it better or whatever. Like you gotta actually put in the work to become a better runner. So like the best tip to run is just to go run. Be consistent. You know, like you can't like to see other people who are running, you know, 6-minute mile and anything like that. Depending on who it is, like a lot of the professional runners who are like, you know, finishing crazy, they're just naturally gifted. But a lot of times, bro, you got to earn that. So like, if you're gonna run a 5K, you gotta just
You just gotta get to the
running,
finish line.
like,
I got till September, man.
the biggest thing is preparation when it comes to running.
Okay.
Because if you have a race in September, you got to start prepping now.
I know.
Yeah.
So I ran a mile
Just
a couple weeks ago. I'm like, fucking need to
just so
get
when
back
you
to
get to that point in September, that it's like clock
cake, yeah.
Instead
I'm
of
not here dying.
exactly.
I was dying when I did 1 mile.
But yeah, so that's perfect because that was there. We got our little script.
The next
and shit,
segue.
I mean, that's literally when you were about to get into your fitness account.
Yeah.
So first off, making the that I was gonna ask you what made you want to start your fitness account, and then also coming up with the name as well, like Jagthletic. Like
I think it took me like maybe
Yeah.
5 minutes to come up with that name. I just saw like athletic. I'm like, okay, Jack.
took us a minute for the podcast. Well, that wasn't Pure Rap wasn't our first name.
It wasn't.
No, it was Rap. What was it? Rap Check Podcast.
Something like that.
And so many different names. People have something and variations in
Yeah.
that. And then we were like, damn, we can't have the same shit. Like, so then all of a sudden we're just like, Pure Rap. Oh, it rolls off the tongue.
Rolls
bro.
off the tongue. I was gonna
We
say
look
that.
it up, and
Nobody
we're
has
the
it.
only person. Like, if you look up Google anywhere else, we're literally the only
Only
people
one.
with that name.
That's perfect.
Even variation of Pure
Yeah.
Rap, just Pure Rap alone. Like, we're the only ones
Yeah.
with that. Like,
That's
so
perfect
shit-
because nobody else can
That's what I'm
be confused
yeah.
with.
But it'll be like yours. Your name is
Yeah,
incorporated
it's-
with that, so it's
it's
like
the
you're not
only
gonna
one.
see nobody with that.
Yeah.
Yeah.
So I don't know.
Which helps.
I didn't really put too much time or thought into it.
Yeah.
I just thought, okay, like it kind of sounds cool. Like it's just different.
Yeah.
My name in general, something that I have had a love-hate relationship with
So
because of that
you
stupid
should,
Maroon 5
You
song.
should make a shirt, but like have like a Jaguar fucking running.
Yeah, maybe.
I mean, because
Yeah.
they already got Pumas and shit, so
Yeah.
you could use a Jaguar.
Yeah.
Well, I guess
I gotta-
the football team was Jaguar. I didn't think about that.
We could figure a way
Yeah.
out. Like,
No, but shirts, you can still sell shirts. So yeah, it don't matter about the fucking animal. Anyone can use an animal. They ain't copyright no fucking animals. Yeah, so.
Yeah, that's true.
Anyways, let's get back.
You're not gonna
Yeah, you can't. We could get back to it. My fault.
But yeah, so I created the account for. It was something that I actually had always wanted to do. I'd always wanted to make like a fitness account because I don't know, it's just something that I thought was gonna be cool one day.
Yeah.
But I didn't have the courage to do it because for one, I wasn't really like content with how I looked. I wanted to be able to like already be that perfect thing, but we're never gonna be perfect.
Oh, yeah.
So like I was always pushing it off. Like, okay, I'm not.
But you didn't want to like show on social media like. I'm
flaws.
really happy you didn't.
It took me a while,
You
bro.
know what
But
I mean?
so the reason why I actually just was like, okay, you know what, I'm gonna do it, was because I'm like, I don't want to bother for my personal account. I didn't want to keep posting my running stuff because I'm like, what if these people don't want to see it?
Yeah.
I don't want to bother people by just posting like my runs every day or whatever. I'm okay. You know what? I'm gonna make a fitness account. Whoever wants to mess with it,
Yeah.
mess with it. Because you know what you're getting yourself into if you're gonna follow that account. It's gonna be a lot of running stuff. It's gonna be a lot of fitness stuff. Like for the other people, I might have family, coaches, whatever. Like I'm sure they're like, dude, like because I know how it could be.
Yeah.
So I made my own fitness account, and was just and one thing that I loved about it too, bro, is that you don't realize once you make an account like that, you're holding yourself accountable first and foremost.
Yeah.
Because now you have to do something with it. Now,
Consistency.
you
Yeah.
have to be consistent with it if you want it to be successful. So like, not only was I just doing it, just to like, kind of like either post just to like, some people will post as like therapeutically, like,
Yeah.
okay, like, I got this out the way. They want people to see it, cool. But for me, it's like, okay, like I gotta show up, and I didn't even know what I was doing at first. I was just posting random ass edits, like videos of me running, stupid stuff, whatever, and it wasn't to a point I forgot. I remember it was sometime around the Super Bowl of 2024. I posted just random videos, and like a lot of them were starting to gain traction. And I had one video get like 450K views.
Damn.
And from there, that's when it kind of like signaled to me that like social media is something that I can. My first like vision of social media from what I want to do is purely to motivate and inspire people.
Yeah.
Because like we were talking about my baseball career and everything else, bro, I was down bad. Like I was really just, not happy with where I was at. And running was something that lifted me out of that position. So like, of course I want to be able to like
people who can relate to your story.
I want people to be able to like.
That's why an interview like this will help as well. Like
Exactly, bro,
to give people that.
I didn't see any of that when I was down. I wanted to see other people be vulnerable with themselves and be like, hey, like, I'm going through this, I'm going through that. Like
the
this is
perfect
what
image.
Yeah. So, that's like and to this day, that's still the message I want to push with my platform, because people on social media, and that's what I don't like about social media, because like if I tell people, oh yeah, like I'm trying to become like, you know, like a creator or anything like that, oh you must be very like self-conscious, or like you must be very like overly confident with yourself. Like, no, like people who know me, they know that bro, I don't even like being on camera. I really don't. Like, it's still,
we've had tons of conversations,
but I know I
that.
have to, you know, I have to be able to have the success I want to have in the future with that. So it
definitely takes time. I think the biggest thing that helps, if I could give you like a little advice as far as being on camera, because we do it. It's one, you knowing your brand, right? You know what you're doing. You know what your mission is, like what you set out for. Yeah. So it's easier to go on camera knowing this is what I'm doing, this is who I am. Like once you build that, you know, that comfort in yourself, first off, you have to have the comfort in yourself, you know.
Oh my God.
But I think it makes it easier when you have a mission, like a specific goal, like for what you're doing. Like for us, you know, this is what we're doing, right? We're interviewing people, we're having a podcast. Like we know what we're going to be talking about. We have a script. This is what we, you know, obviously it was going to go off the rails because we're friends, but that makes it easy to jump on camera, right? When you do stuff like that.
But it's also like if you're enjoying what you're doing
and you're enjoying
do it. And
that's what I was going to say.
And it's like,
and you say fuck everyone after a while. Once the older you get too, you fuck it out of the, you know.
Even the greatest have people that don't like them.
That's something I realized too. Like I would try to make videos thinking that everybody's gonna like it, bro. Not everybody's gonna like it.
Yeah,
and that's fine. Everybody's gonna. And there's always gonna be someone talking good about you or talking bad about
but it doesn't. At the end of the day, it doesn't matter.
And that's what I was gonna say. I feel like
let those people be
I've
over
come
there.
across my comments where people were telling me like, bro, just run. Why are you trying to be a motivational speaker all of a sudden? Or why are you trying to? I get more DMs from people I don't know.
Yeah,
telling me like to either delete my account or to like stop running, like stop making a fool of yourself. Who do you think you are? Then I do like, oh man, thank you. Or like, oh, that's like,
keep doing it.
But
it's crazy.
But most people, can I
go ahead?
Yeah, most people, I will say this. Most people are gonna send hate comments and actually hate comment.
100%.
But most people are watching, being like cheering you on, but not commenting, because most people aren't gonna really leave a comment, but they'll leave a, they'll leave a like, and you'll see all those little things, and they'll be like, but because I dude, there's so many people that watch the podcast I didn't even know until I actually had conversations with people like, going out and doing this. We're like, oh yeah, we know about Pure Rap Podcast. Yeah. So it's like silent people watching. But
people are always watching, bro.
People are watching. You never know who's watching too. Yeah. But then there's also like, but most people that hate leave the comment. Yeah. So that shines more.
And most people. And that's social media. That's just a platform to leave negative comments. Yeah. But deep down in their soul, it irks them that you're doing something better than them.
When people see someone
that they want to do,
they gonna put you down, try to put you down, but deep down they know that they're miserable in their own skin.
They project their own insecurities on
exactly. Yeah,
they're miserable in their own skin, knowing that you're at least getting the traction that they can't get.
Yeah, and I've always been a person like, as of recently, honestly, my engagement, my traction, I've lost it. I haven't really had as much and to me, like, it doesn't matter.
Social media,
but like, I haven't had it as much as I'd wanted to. Like I prepare or whatever. Yeah. But like for me, my main objective is because my initial reaction or my initial reason of making this whole page was to get that one DM like, hey bro, like you made me want to run today. Yeah. Or hey bro, like man, like I'm starting up because of this. That's all I care about, bro. Yeah. That's literally
I'm not gonna lie. I mean, I'm trying to do like my photography page. I start making motivational quotes because you be doing your story. Yeah. I think like I ain't trying to steal your wave or no.
I mean, bro,
you ain't the first one to ever do that. Yeah. But I also thought like, I like taking like I live in a nice neighborhood. Exactly. I go to nice places. Yeah. I see this in my eyes like, oh, this is a nice view. I'm gonna take a photo. I'm gonna take a video. I'm like, well, I'm trying to still figure out what lane I want to do, but like I'm gonna see if this gets me where I want to go. So I've been trying to do that as well. Yeah. And I also said like, well, you're putting them on your stories. That's I'm gonna see what I can do with a post. So my videography and my photography.
I mean, that's why I just made my TikTok and just posted a freestyle because like I'm like on the same thing now where I'm like, damn, I'm gonna make a separate page and just put all my freestyles and shit on there. Similar with yours.
Every person I come across, every person I meet, I'm always pushing for people to do that.
Yeah,
like just
put your art out there.
Just do it because you never know like what like obviously for yourself, but you never know what that can help for another person.
Exactly, right.
And that's what like I had randomly just one day like had gone on a run and posted the picture of the ocean. And I thought, like this looks like a good spot for a quote. And
it's a nice view.
That's off. And to me, honestly, I get more things like replies off of the quotes I post from my story than I do on like the actual reels or whatever. Because I'll post a quote and someone would be like, oh my gosh, thank you, I needed to hear that.
Yeah.
Or like, oh man, like that's like that makes a lot of sense. Like, I'm coming into that realization of what that is. And like that's just for all the negativity, like we said, we see on social media.
Man.
If I could just be one shining like light of positivity or motivation,
100%.
my job is done.
Yeah. Well, I mean, you gave us our flowers, but like vice versa. And I know we talked about, we always have deep conversations on the side anyways. And you already know how I feel, but in general, like I like seeing your page come across my timeline. You know what I mean? So like, and I'm gonna tell you that in person, like not off DMs and shit.
Yeah,
but like, and we told you that too, like, but like, bro, when your page pops up, like, cause one, I like how your page is and what you do with it, because like you said, you show the other side.
Yeah,
it's everything
hard,
ain't
bro.
perfect.
Yeah,
you know what I mean?
It's something I've never been.
But I love to see that, same thing. It's like, showing the vulnerability, like, cause that's a big thing. And that's where it becomes relatable.
Mm-hmm.
You could become very, very relatable to people. That's more inspiring to see. I rather see that, the ups and downs, and like how'd you get there? Like how did you get to that point?
What's the journey?
And what's the journey like? Yeah. Because then I could understand more and be like, man, a regular Joe Blow can be like, oh, I could do that too. You know what I mean? It's like
that's the bread and butter right there. That's
what I'm saying. You got to keep going with it, because that's the type of page where it's like, that's why you could see all these negative shit going on, because that's easy to do and people love entertainment. But the shit that we do is more difficult because, like you said, it might not get as much traction because it's more positive, it's more light that we're bringing, but you got to keep doing it.
Yeah.
You know what I mean? Because people need to see that and people got to do it. And also, like you said, for yourself.
Yeah.
But in general, like I would just tell you, like, you got to keep going with that shit. You know what I mean? Like 100%, bro.
100, yeah.
It's a really good page too.
It's something I've invested in, a lot of my time.
Yeah.
Like we've said before, like the editing is like
that's
90% bulk of it, bro.
But you do a lot of your own.
I do everything myself. Yeah. I have my boy Ugo. He's the one that gets a lot of like professional shots of me.
Yeah. I always see you credit.
So I just asked him for the shots. I'm like, bro, I don't want to take any reason, because he's a professional videographer, so he has his own work with other people. I'm like, bro, just send me over the footage, and I got.
He'll do the work. Yeah.
So you do a good job, because if anyone's seen that, they wouldn't even know. If you didn't say you were doing it, they would have been like.
If you look back, like when I first started posting videos, like when I first made my page, you can see the progress of like the low quality, whatever, like the choppy edits to like, from learning, and then I'm just being a student of the game.
Yeah.
I see a lot of other people who have pages, and I don't look at them like, oh, like why are they popular? Why? Like, bro, that's working. That's dope as fuck. I'm not gonna copy what that person's doing.
But you can learn from,
But give you some ideas, like, okay, this is what they're doing. I could do something different, but still relatable to what other people.
Exactly.
So that's just where my personality mixes into that, because I look at other people for inspiration. I don't look at other people and I'm like, oh man, like, why is this dude making?
I'm better than this guy.
100K followers. Yeah, like, like that's dope. Like what he has going on is dope.
Yeah, exactly. That's like if we're here hating on other people's podcasts. Like,
And then how can I hate on someone who's in my niche when I expect people to love me, but I'm hating on other people?
Exactly.
Like that
there's enough room for everybody, and that's the part where I want people to understand. Like money, whatever you're trying to do it for, like bro, there's literally enough out there for people to do it. Social media is for the world, like it's out there, There's no
like, okay, there could only be 50 creators.
That's what I'm saying. Yeah. Like anyone could literally pick it up and do it, and why not? Let's do it. You know what I mean? Like it's fun too.
I just say, but yeah, at the end of the day, you just gotta have that. What's the word I'm thinking of? That gift to, like, I guess you could say influence.
Yeah.
So like, because I know we were talking about with that Project Pat interview, like, some people just got that gift where like they just draw eyes and they draw, like, they have that, I guess you say, that aura of them to like people.
Yeah, it's
inspired by that person.
It could be a talent, and I'm learning that. I'm now like, for me now, I wouldn't say every post I do is strategic, but like I'm starting to create a plan of what I want to post. Like I created a new series called Yap and Run.
Yeah.
So like I can talk about the things that either I have gone through or things that like I've learned. Just because, as we get older, I want to help people out who are going through the same situation. Post other like motivational quotes, stuff like that, because eventually I want to be able to like have different like facets of my page.
Yeah.
To eventually, the goal is to one day become an ambassador, to become partnered with a brand, so then I can make this my living, so I could put even more time into promoting my page and helping other people out. One of my goals right now is once I'm back to being fully healthy from my recovery, I'm documenting everything that I'm doing right now, so then I can create a fitness program. And I want to become like an online coach to be able to sell programs to people who, either are going through ACL surgery or not, or if they're just wanting to become fit.
Need motivation, yeah.
Shit, I'll sign up.
I'll sign
But
up.
I struggle with consistency.
It's-
I'm still trying to lose the weight.
Yeah, we'll sign up.
I feel like I've tried everything, you know.
Sure, we'll join you on a live one day.
I've
like,
lost
fucking-
20 pounds.
We could be your fucking. You could. We'll be your. Was it like transform us?
Okay,
Like,
bro.
You got a lot of work with me.
If you could transform us, then
You got a
you
lot
can
of work
transform
with me.
anybody.
I got some time. I
We
got a lot of work to do.
Losing weight and getting in shape is so much easier.
Yeah.
You know, because I used to think, oh, it's genetics. There's no way I could lose weight. Like, bro, there's really ways.
Yeah.
You know, it all starts here.
Yeah.
It all starts here with everything. So like, I'm learning that. When I was down with my surgery, I wasn't just watching movies. I wasn't just BSing around, bro. I was on my computer learning what to do, learning
Yeah.
how to edit better, learning how am I going to be able to
yourself
make my
pretty much.
page better. How am I going
Yeah.
to eventually become a fitness coach? Like, which is why I sped up my process of healing. To like, my doctor told me I'm probably not going to be healthy for another 9 months when I first got my surgery, because that's like the average ACL.
Yeah. I remember
9
we
to
talking about
12,
this shit.
yeah.
I'm back to like 100% after the first 5.
That's what. Right, and I remember you telling me that too. You're like, oh, I'll be back and forth.
Yeah.
I was
So
damn, this man gonna be back and forth. Like,
there's a lot of things that went into it. You know,
Yeah.
it's a mindset. I'm big on energy. I'm big on positivity. I'm big.
Yeah.
I'm telling myself if I'm gonna do it, then I'm gonna do it.
No, it's inspiring, bro. Like
Self-discipline.
it's inspiring because like I said, seeing that, not only just knowing you and knowing your story, but if I didn't and just even I guess it doesn't really matter, but seeing it, bro, like it is inspiring. You know
Thank
what I mean?
you.
When you see like the fact that, especially with the with the sport world and stuff like that, and dealing with the injuries and things not going your way and this and that, like the fact that you are who you are now, just as a person, like that shit is big, bro. Like
Thank
that,
you.
a lot of people like that shit would have derailed anybody's
There's times where I
Yes, of
thought
course.
maybe I derail.
No,
like,
of course.
Yeah.
And of course I know that, but like in general though, like you didn't let that, like to see where you are now.
Yeah.
It's like you can be in the game without being in the game.
Yeah.
You know what I mean? You're not in the major leagues of baseball, but you're on another path. You know what I mean? And sometimes everyone's journey is completely different in life, right? And you found like I feel like
100%.
where you're going, the direction you're going in now.
My purpose too is just for one, like my like obviously I love the sport of baseball. And I
Yeah.
love playing it, but I knew since the day I wanted to play that I just wanted a platform to be able to give back.
Yeah.
I knew baseball could be that platform
Yeah.
because athletes are celebrities.
Yeah.
So I could have a platform. If I could have a platform, I don't need to be Ashton Hall. I don't need to be, all these people who are making millions and millions of dollars, bro. If I could just be financially free
Yeah.
from making social media content, but
Doing what you
ultimately help other people.
But they say the money will come. Like Bernie Mac has an interview with, rest in peace. He has an interview where he talks about that. He's like, look, if you're doing it solely for the money, by the time you get it, you're gonna lose you're gonna lose it all,
Yeah.
and you're gonna lose
see
your
that with
passion.
athletes too.
Yeah, you know what I mean. And but if you solely do it for the love and what you're doing it for, the money will come. But the love will always remain because you didn't solely go in it for this, So like doing what you're doing, you just got your first sponsor and all that stuff, you know what I mean? Like all that. Once you get your
takes
first,
time, bro. Yeah,
you know,
and that's the thing. I've always been an impatient person.
Yeah.
So like it takes time, but when you start seeing progress, you look back 6 months ago. Okay, like the edits have gotten better.
Yeah.
The views have gotten anything like that. Like
progress in your craft.
Yeah, I tell that with our podcast. I'm like, bro, if people go to the very first episode and go to now, they're gonna be like,
progress,
bro, because our first episode came with the fucking intro. Even the intro alone, bro, was a whole fucking
Star Wars
much.
script.
It was the Star Wars.
yeah. Oh, I remember that.
So, it's just our story, bro. Like, it was like, yo, I was
We
like,
know what we're
we
doing,
know
but-
bro. Mind you, me, Caleb, and Darnell know, and you know us, but we have no fucking in every single aspect of podcasting, editing, talking on the mic, like everything that you can possibly like.
All new to you.
We have absolutely no fucking
But you guys did it.
experience.
Yeah. we went over that on the SD Voyager magazine.
Oh,
go
yeah,
check it
yeah,
out.
go
Article's
check
out
out.
now. I don't think we've been on since it's been released, but go check that out.
Yeah, go check that out.
Yeah,
for
you
sure.
guys-
that real quick.
Yeah, we covered the whole story because we don't have a lick of experience. To this day, we're still fucking like.
But that's the thing, and
We don't even know what we're doing.
that's my motivation
Yeah.
too. When I see other people who have made it, they all started off. Everyone in this world has started off from zero.
Yeah.
From point ground.
They
Yeah.
hit their own lane to get where they are.
So it's
Yeah,
like,
you have to start from. You got to start
I
somewhere, right?
think what's wrong. Well, not necessarily what's wrong.
But it's fun, though.
But what can warp our minds is that we have such a short attention span due to social media, or we expect things to happen so quickly overnight.
Right.
Instant gratification.
And that's why sometimes people will give up on posting. You see, like I see people post content consistently for like a month.
Yeah.
They don't see the traction. Oh, like it's not for me.
And they give up. Like, people are so quick to give up,
and they give up when it's like, bro, like what you're posting is super cool, it's super dope, but
they don't see the views coming in.
They don't see the views come in. They don't have like their expectations of what they had in mind don't come to life. But it's because it doesn't. Because they think it doesn't happen right away.
Because they probably have the mindset, oh, it's easy, anyone can do it, and then they don't get what they think, and they just give up.
Yeah,
so it's a long game you have to play out, man, and it's corny it is a marathon, you know. So
it's not. Yeah, I mean, shit. Like Nipsey Hussle said it best, man.
Yeah, people think they're just gonna get that overnight success, but you gotta think about it. The people that you think had overnight success, no, they're just like you.
You don't know what they went through.
Yeah, but the biggest thing too is I think like it's like. And like enjoy the process though. You know what I mean? Like you like
enjoy the grind, knowing that you worked your ass off to get to where you're at.
Yeah, because it's like at the end of the day you could be able to look back on it like and be like, man, like damn, we did that. You know what I mean? Like all these episodes that we're gathering, the interviews, when like if this shit ended tomorrow, bro, we could always be like, man, like
for
that
me,
was fun. Like we did that. You know.
Right now, personally, like a couple years ago when I got back from Miami, and I was injured, I had 3 jobs.
Yeah.
And I had a job that I could have had probably for the rest of my life working with property management. And it didn't work out, and I wasn't happy with myself, but I was making a lot of money.
Yeah.
But I'm like, okay, you know what? Let me do something that makes me happy. Left 2 of those jobs, and the job I only have now is Amazon. And we're living in San Diego. I'm barely keeping my head afloat.
Yeah.
I'm barely, being able to pay bills.
Yeah.
But I'm sacrificing that for the long run because of the intent I'm putting in now with social media, with my fitness. Like, that's what's making me happy right now, not what I see in the bank.
I understand, bro. Like I said, like the only reason I'm back in San Diego is because, a shout out to Sonia, you know what I mean? Like having the space for me. But I barely don't work. I don't work as much because I sacrifice the same time.
And your own home in Minnesota.
That's what I'm saying. I had my own place, you know what I mean, in Minnesota. I was doing okay, but I didn't feel it's like this is not my purpose, though.
I used to think money is what makes you happy.
It's not. Bro.
It's not when you're in these situations because I used to be so ashamed, bro. I used to like be so embarrassed to tell people I work with Amazon. Like I went from being a baseball player and
now we're
almost being a professional. Yeah. Literally, like when you see people in comments, like,
what happened to that guy?
Like get ready to be an Amazon driver. Like if you see a basketball player miss a layup, that's me.
Pack them up.
I never get that. Why are we knocking people's jobs? You're better off doing Amazon than sleeping outside, not doing shit, doing crack.
I think it's just because it's just like I think it's more of a way of people saying you're just becoming an average Joe.
I know they're trying to use it as an insult, but I got more respect for somebody that's working Amazon than somebody that's a low life tweeting on their phone on their mom's couch, 100%. Not doing shit.
100%.
Like but they try to. Yeah, it's always the people on the internet behind LeBron James' profile picture, not even themselves, talking a lot of shit.
Behind LeBron James' profile.
But you're too scared to even show your face.
Yeah, that's a fact.
Especially if you're a kid doing that, okay, you don't understand you're a kid, but you're a grown ass man. I don't.
Yeah, if you're a grown ass man,
if you're shy or you get been bullied or whatever, like
as long as I can pay my bills,
2 sides of the podcast.
As long as I can pay my bills and
let them go off
and have the accessible money when the time comes, being for an emergency or whatever.
Yeah.
Then I'm okay because I'm putting my heart into my passion that I have now.
Exactly, and there's a sense of like I said, like purpose and fulfillment.
Yeah,
you know what I mean, and that more so than like you can make all the money in the world, but it's like like you say, in this lane too, you're also giving back, right?
Yeah,
it might not be giving back in the sense of we're donating money here. Eventually that could come. You know what I mean? Once we're all comfortable with where we're at, but like. You're giving back in the sense of you're inspiring people.
Yeah.
You're giving back to to others in that way as well. Same for us, like giving an artist a platform, giving someone a platform to speak. It's like we might, we don't have all the money in the world to do what we wish we could do, but that will all come. But in the meantime, you have a sense of purpose and fulfillment in life, and I think that's what a lot of people strive for more than the dollar.
So I'm happy
because that comes and goes.
I'm truly happy that I could say like right now that like. If for whatever reason my baseball career doesn't come back, even after I'm done with my rehab, I'm okay.
Yeah,
like I've tried my hardest, I've done everything I can, but I've found something else that I can feel just as passionate about.
New purpose that you're passionate.
But at least you went for it multiple times. Yeah, like you didn't just stop after the first injury. This ain't.
Yeah.
Like you tried. Like you really went. You really pushed for it.
Yeah.
Like so that's. Like that's big in itself. You know what I mean?
So I know we're at I think all of us can relate to say we're at a moment right now where like we're at a point of sacrifice where we could be doing whatever we want right now, but we're
Yeah.
not, because we're doing something that we love first, but we're not getting any reciprocation from that first yet.
Yeah.
know?
But money comes and goes, but the love and the passion, like all that is forever. You know what I mean?
'Cause you
Like
guys-
I want something that's gonna be lasting.
You wouldn't
forever,
trade this
know?
for an extra, what? Let's just say you're working at a job for what, $20 an hour. You're gonna trade this for $20 right now? No, because you're doing something right now
I want
that you love.
I want my
so-
time. You know what I mean? Yeah, because I wouldn't feel the same without doing something. Well, especially I get to see my
Yeah.
friends every week.
Yeah. For
You
me,
know,
it was,
that's a big thing too.
for me, it was working. When I was working like 50, 60 hours a week.
Yeah.
And I wouldn't be able to go on my runs. I wouldn't
Yeah.
be able to.
Too busy working.
Yeah.
For the
time to work out.
Next man to get richer.
Yeah.
I couldn't. Yeah.
Yeah.
So which one am I gonna pick? Which one makes me happier? Fitness and running.
Right.
Prioritize
Yeah.
that. Yeah.
And it's
Always
your health
prioritize
too.
it.
That's
Yeah.
your health at the same time. You know. what I mean?
Prioritize your health
Yeah.
and what you
Yeah.
enjoy doing,
Yeah.
because you only get so much seconds. I don't say seconds.
Yeah.
You only get so much seconds on this on this earth.
So I
Yeah,
think,
yeah.
to anybody out there, that watching stuff like that, follow your dreams.
Yeah.
Follow what your heart tells you what you want to do, and be responsible. Don't go all in and not pay your bills, whatever. But
Yeah.
make sure that comes first. Be responsible always.
Yeah.
But
Also prioritize.
don't
Yeah.
put everything.
Yeah. Don't just unless you feel like like
And-
you can feel you actually
If you
like
need
got a plan in
if you need
motion.
that pressure on you,
Yeah.
I mean, I'm not gonna tell you what to do, but
Yeah.
that's what you need to get
Yeah.
where you need to be and do what you need to do.
Yeah.
I just like living now with a sense of urgency. So that's what
Yeah.
my life is right now, where I'm just focused. Like, I gotta do this. I gotta put it on.
Yeah.
I gotta stay consistent. So that's
That's
the name of
real.
the game.
I want to. I know we don't have.
Can I ask an off-topic question?
Yeah. Go ahead.
I saw the other day in your story you ate chicken.
Been about a week and couple of days now. 5 years. I wanted to hit my 5-year mark.
So you went vegan for 5 years, or you not vegan?
Well,
anymore?
Well, he mentioned that before. Remember?
He didn't mention. He
said he was
he
gonna
didn't
stop.
mention any of this on camera. I'm asking him on camera.
the thing is, though, I gotta be straight up. I did have a couple of chocolates and stuff like that here and there, which isn't completely vegan. But I didn't have any meat.
That's
Yeah.
fine.
No meat for
Oh,
5 years.
yeah,
No meat
that's
for 5
okay.
years.
Yeah.
That's fine. I mean,
Yeah.
I'm not gonna change. You're not vegan anymore. You ate that piece
Fucking-
of chocolate one time. You're a fake vegan. Like you
Yeah.
did majority of what you needed.
I think the biggest thing wasn't even the health and stuff like that. For me, it was the discipline, bro. That
Yeah.
That
You
shit turned
probably
me.
learned a
That
lot
shit
from
turned me
that.
into a man.
Yeah.
Like, to have the willpower to be around friends, family, and telling them no.
Yeah.
Come on, just
it's so easy.
Yeah, you
to
did
say,
that.
Okay.
Hey, Jay, you trying to take a
Bro,
shot?
like-
Right.
bro,
Like,
it's
respect.
the discipline I've learned from becoming
Yeah.
plant-based was everything I needed to become who I am today, because it just, and I know eventually, one day if I get into a relationship, I know that it'll create that because there's people, we live in a generation of cheating. So I'm locked in. I'm loyal to the soul. So I know
Self-control.
I learned my self-control. And there's so many.
And that's a big part of
yeah,
it, man. Yeah.
So I really love the mindset that being vegan has placed for me. There's different reasons, I did it for health purposes. I was
Yeah.
getting really bad heart palpitations,
Yeah.
and they were telling me that I could potentially die because of my family history from eating a lot of red meat. So I was never that type of person that was like, yo, you eat, and that's the thing I don't like about vegans. They're always trying to push it on other people.
Yeah.
I'm not that type of person. Like,
Yeah,
if,
yeah.
if it wasn't from my heart,
Yeah, you would still be eating.
I'm eating Wingstop.
Yeah.
I'm doing all that, bro. So
Yeah,
I
big facts.
didn't really ever want to be that person that was ignorant, telling people, "Oh, you got to do it."
Yeah.
I respect the
But you
people.
could tell some of the benefits.
Yeah, I respect the people who do it for the animals, because that's hard. I don't think I'd have that willpower if I had to do it for the
I don't know.
animals. 'Cause,
Yeah.
I knew I had to do it for
I
myself.
fuck with animals, but at the same time, I like
Yeah,
eating some
so,
of them. There's a few of them I like to eat. Dog.
Chicken, sorry.
Not gonna lie.
I just don't think about you when I'm eating you.
now that I've been,
Rest in peace, Chuck.
now that I've been eating chicken for the past week and a half, I feel great.
Damn, that's crazy.
I feel a lot stronger.
So
I'm more energized.
but
going forward, you're just gonna start eating chicken.
I'm
Yeah, but now he's not gonna go out and fucking go to Popeyes and
No,
Obviously, I know you're still gonna be
he's
disciplined,
getting
but
that, good
you're
chicken.
you're putting actual chicken
Yeah.
back into your.
I'm
diet.
eating straight, just grilled white chicken right now.
white chicken, no red meat.
Hey, I'm so happy you chose chicken out of all of them too, because if I,
I mean,
could
you
get
already
rid
eat
of,
red meat.
if I
You
could
can't eat red meat.
yeah. But I'm saying if I could get rid of all of them, I'm keeping chicken.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Like as far as chicken's the one thing I'm keeping.
I
bro.
might venture
Better
into
than pork and fucking
and
like
beef.
beef.
Yeah.
like fish. Like
Fish
white
is cool
What
too.
about turkey
But you,
base?
yeah,
Anything turkey based,
but you got to be careful with fish these days, bro.
I to this day I don't ever see myself still eating pork.
but turkey.
Pork, yeah, turkey maybe.
Okay, that's what I
Yeah,
was asking.
shout out to them turkeys.
Not pork.
Yeah,
Yeah,
Shout out to them turkeys.
pork for me, because how just nasty.
Just knowing that you're eating,
Yeah,
you're eating a pig and pigs eat wherever the fuck they.
For me,
come across,
you see
so.
videos of pigs getting the slaughterhouse, like they know they're.
I have to get it from like a real like if I knew where I was getting my shit from like a source, or if I lived close to like a farm, like and I was getting the source or some shit like from a real place,
Man,
I would do it, and I knew what was going on.
Yeah.
But if I'm just getting straight conventional grocery store
nah.
regular product, like that's tough because you got to be careful. Like that shit could fuck you up if you do go overboard. You know what I mean?
But for me, it's always been like no judgment. Like if I'm the one telling people, oh, like when
Do
I
what
was
you want to do.
when I was
Yeah.
vegan, like, oh, bro, let's go here.
Yeah.
You know, just work around.
If you'll find, like we went to, I remember we went to, was it when you got that Mexican place when we were at Caleb's wedding?
Oh
Like,
yeah,
I just got him a regular ass bean and rice burrito. You know what I mean? It's
I'm cool with
like,
that.
which is still good though. Mexican places, it's still solid, but
Yeah,
you know, what I
but-
mean?
I always found my way around.
Yeah, exactly.
Yeah.
And that's one thing. Like I said,
Hey, like you're not gonna miss the moment just because you can't eat the food. That's
Yeah, you're not gonna be like, nah, I can't kick it with you guys because you guys are going to wing.
Yeah, you're
still gonna slide through and kick it.
I'll
Get some fries. Yeah, exactly.
You guys are going to the
Which is respect though.
Korean
yeah.
barbecue.
One of my homies' birthday, he went to Ruth Chris and he invited me. He's like, bro, can you even go? I'm like, yeah. So I got mashed potatoes and asparagus.
Yeah.
At Ruth
Can-
Chris,
can you even go?
Good ass mashed potatoes and asparagus.
Can
though,
you
know
even
what I mean?
go? Like, no, I'm
Yeah,
vegan.
can you
I
even
don't
go?
like meat places.
Yeah.
I'm never stepping foot in that
But
place.
yeah, I think that just kind of sums up just the type of person I try to be.
So we got a little bit of time, but I wanted to just touch on one of your posts that you just put a few days ago, talking about how you got back in 100% shape in 5 months from the ACL surgery. But you touched on mindset, diet, workouts, and intensity.
Yeah.
If you could just speak on, we only got like let's say 10 minutes.
If you could touch on those four things a little bit.
Which one do you want me to start with first?
Let's go in order. Mindset.
Mindset, bro. Mindset was, I think I labeled that as like the most important
Yeah.
because the whole reason why it took me 2 to 3 years to get my surgery, bro, I was scared.
Yeah.
I would see videos of like, I remember the one that scarred me the most was seeing videos of Neymar screaming from doing his rehab, like
Yeah.
so much pain. And like, I had already put that into my mind that that's what I was going to have to go through.
Yeah.
But it's not.
Damn.
Like, and a lot of it too is like what people are most afraid of is the downtime. Like, oh, I can't do nothing. Like for me, I prepared myself. Okay, like I have to understand that
Yeah, you were still out and about.
from running every day and lifting every day to just being completely null.
Yeah.
I had to brace myself for that, and I told myself like it's okay. Like it's all right
Yeah.
to not do anything. It's all right to
Yeah.
to be down and out. Because I know if I didn't brace myself, then I'd be all over the place.
Yeah.
That, for me, my mindset is like everything's connected. My brain is connected to my knee, and my energy and all that stuff is gonna alter if I'm not thinking positively. So
Yeah.
my mindset was very heavy of nothing but positive thoughts. And it's it sounds stupid because I know hearing, oh yeah, you got to think positive all the time. It's not true. It's not. You can't be
Yeah.
positive all
It's
the
not
time.
normal.
It's not normal, and it's not healthy. You got to have your other emotions play a part of your life to be able to be grateful for one over the other.
Right.
But as far as a whole, I just try to live that mindset of half glass full. Like, okay, like
Yeah.
right now I can do this good. I can lift my leg up. I can straighten my leg. Okay,
Yeah.
boom. Next week I'm gonna walk. Okay, boom. Next week after that, I'm gonna be able to take a couple steps backwards, a couple steps forward. So it's like I was always just kind of having like positive mindset of thinking, like just creating little accomplishments.
Yeah.
And that's
then
just
from
like,
there,
and
building
that
them
goes
up.
into like the whole social media
Yeah.
aspect of how
Yeah.
you're building your.
Yeah, because I'm guilty of always looking at things in the big picture. So my mindset was very heavy of like, okay, like when I have this ACL rehab, it's gonna be all based off of my mindset. Like if I'm gonna tell myself I'm gonna succeed, then I'm gonna succeed.
Yeah.
So to me,
Yeah.
that was very important.
All right. Diet.
Diet. Physically, this was probably the hardest. You know me, bro. I'm a munch, bro. I eat
Yeah.
And each chip.
chips and
I had a line in my rap. I said something about like all chips like Jagger. Like shout out to them out. It was an old rap when I was like 18. I was like all
love my
chips
junk
like
food,
Jagger. Like
Put my, all my
going
chips
for the
in.
chips like yeah, like
chips
people gonna be like, what the fuck is he talking about?
I love my junk food, bro.
Yeah.
Junk food and bro, that's why I used to be big, bro. I used to be,
Yeah.
It's all
shape-
being big.
I used to be, bro.
That's a knee slap.
Yeah, but this is a knee slap. I don't think you shouldn't slap your knee, right?
I was slapping good knee.
Yeah, slap your good
I
knee.
was slapping good knee.
Yeah.
I was slapping Jagger's good knee.
Yeah.
But diet, bro, man, it's back to like we're saying you're not gonna be able to do anything. So if you're not gonna be able to do anything and you eat bad,
Yeah, it's
build
only
up.
gonna
it's gonna make you gain weight. It's gonna do that, and on top
and
of that,
shift your
too, it's
mindset
gonna
too,
shift your mindset.
depending on what you're
Because for
putting
me,
in.
bro, I'm very big on like starting to realize what I eat now too.
Right.
I eat a lot of stuff that's chemically produced, stuff like that. It gives you, what we call the itis.
Yeah.
Bro,
It's not even a real thing.
that's
It's not
a
supposed to
real
happen.
thing, bro.
Yeah,
You're not supposed to feel that.
I'm telling
You're
you, bro,
not supposed to
yeah.
Feel groggy or nasty
Yeah.
after you eat. but like we're like socially
Yeah.
accustomed to feel that way.
Right.
That's what I was trying to avoid the whole time I was on rehab. So eating healthy, not only to stay in shape, but I think I mentioned it on the post too, is like if you eat healthy, it helps you regenerate your cells faster.
Yeah.
You know, I don't know the exact science behind it, but I know there's scientific proof to eating healthier foods, vegetables, fruits, stuff that I was never familiar with. I
Yeah.
had to, because I said, you know what, if I'm gonna tell myself I'm gonna be back in a shorter amount of time,
Yeah.
then I have to walk the walk. I can't just talk.
Yeah.
So I ate really healthy. Regardless, bro, even if, you know, I ate super healthy, I still put on a couple pounds because I couldn't do anything. I
Yeah.
still gained a little bit of weight, but I managed myself to still be good enough to where I wanted to be, to, you know, continue to go.
Yeah.
So eating healthy was super hard, bro, because, you know, you can't do anything. You're sitting home all day. You want to be able to munch. You want to, you know, I have a movie come on, or I'm studying on the computer, doing editing, stuff like that. Bullet chips is right there. You can't. So
Yeah.
discipline, that's hard.
tough.
It's hard.
Yeah.
But
I commend you for that, because that's tough, bro.
it's
I don't
hard,
know if
yeah.
I'll be able to do that.
yeah, and you know, I make
Yeah.
my food. I can't get up and make food.
Yeah.
It's hard, bro, it's really hard. Having ACL rehab, you really need another person.
Yeah. You
So
think you had a good support system?
I had
as
my
well?
mom. She helped me out
Yeah.
a lot. You know, I could finish the rest of this, you know, thing talking about my mom,
Yeah.
because of how much she's done for me.
Yeah.
But she helped me out a lot. She
We'll
was
make
able
sure to get them shout outs at the
Yeah.
end too. Yeah, because I'm sure she's gonna watch this.
Yeah.
Yeah,
So
100%.
Shout out to Janice.
Yeah.
the diet was very important.
Definitely
Super important.
And we could touch on it because I know it's already 9, so we could touch on workouts and intensity.
Workouts and intensity, bro, like that, they both kind of co-inspire. You gotta be a dog, bro. And this goes without even being ACL, whatever. If you're gonna work out, like I used to just work out and go through the motions.
Yeah.
You have to push yourself to discomfort. A lot of people work out, like, okay, I'm working out, but like they don't really feel anything. Like you gotta be in pain. Like you gotta actually like fully like break those muscle fibers. Well, this isn't necessarily for the knee because you wanna like
You trying to hear your shit?
but yeah, so
Yeah.
like, you know, you gotta be consistent.
You gotta break those muscle
Yeah,
fibers.
you gotta be
That's gonna be the fucking headline. You gotta break those muscle fibers.
You gotta be consistent, and
Damn, I gotta do what?
you gotta be consistent, and you gotta like just work out like I don't really know what other word to replace the intensity with.
Yeah,
you
yeah.
gotta, you know, you gotta just go all in.
push your limits.
Yeah, the same way people go all in with their work,
Yeah.
studying, stuff like that. Same thing you have to do when it
Yeah.
comes to recovery.
Like push to the next level.
Yeah, because
Like,
bro, there's out of all the times I went to physical therapy or gone to the gym, I would say more than half the time I didn't want to be there.
yeah.
But it's not, you can't rely on motivation. You gotta rely on
Yeah.
discipline.
That's like that mom mentality. Like the times that you always say, like the times that you don't want to like do it, like that's
Got to,
that's when you
yeah.
know if you really got
Yeah.
like if you really got it in you. You
Yeah.
know what I mean? The times that you don't want to go.
So all
work
those
out.
things, you
Yeah.
know, they all play the perfect storm. And you know, if you handle those things, those, I think I had like 4 bullet points. You handle those things,
Yeah.
and those can all rely outside of even injury. You can rely on your work career, you can rely on relationships. So all those things can, you know, really just help you become a better person and
Yeah.
help me recover. And through that recovery, I've learned how strong I am.
Yeah.
You know, I said in one of my videos when I first got my ACL surgery, like I had all the building blocks up like a Jenga block, and they all got knocked down.
Yeah.
So now I had to restart.
Yeah.
I got a fresh, clean slate. So now I'm happy with where I'm at, because now I feel like I'm a better person, better in shape, better, you know, vessel of a human, whatever you want to call it.
Yeah.
Now after my surgery than before.
Yeah.
So
Well, shit, man. Our last question we usually end with is, what's next for Jagger?
Jagthletic.
Jagthletic.
what's next?
We're using both.
This man.
Same.
as far
Jagger,
as-
Jagthletic. It's
You ever struggle saying it?
oh,
He is kind of
yeah, I was just gonna say Jagger. I ain't saying that shit. Don't worry. I'm gonna spit on the mic and shit.
from a social media standpoint. Like I said, I'm trying to be a little bit more strategic. I'm trying to brand spec. My dream collab is to be with On. Like that's like my favorite brand.
Oh, yeah.
running shoe, clothing, whatever.
Yeah, I saw your last post. Yeah,
That's my dream collab. Hopefully, you know, one day we can make that work.
yeah,
And I just want to brand spec, work with other brands.
Other
Talk about
creators?
what's that?
You want to work with other creators?
If the opportunity arises, see, you know me, bro, I'm a lone wolf. I don't really like.
Ashton
I see other
Holland,
people like, you know, like
DJ
the
Khaled,
community's
yeah.
cool.
we need Pure Rap Fitness. We're gonna
We
collab.
could do that.
That'd be
yeah,
dope.
yeah, we could do
Yeah.
that.
Some
But like,
concepts.
as far as other people, like, I just like my way. Like, I'm not big on.
Well, we'll be following you if we did
yeah,
that.
I'm not big on like.
I'm not gonna lead that charge.
I'm not big on run clubs. Like I like
Yeah.
just being myself and focusing on what I got to deal with.
Yeah.
Just because for me, like this is like I'm still on my journey phase. I'm
Yeah.
still, you know, on my thing. So like I haven't even thought about all that stuff. But as far as content, I'm still trying to be strategic with what I post. getting the fitness content in more. I don't really post as much gym stuff, but I'm working on to get a really nice professional camera.
Oh, dope.
I'm hoping to get that in the next month or two. I've been saving up to try to get that camera, bro. It's Netflix quality camera.
Oh, damn, you're trying.
Yeah, so it's like
That's just expensive then, because cameras are even just these lowly cameras. Like I got this one and I got my Sony one in there. I mean, it's like what, like even those were like anywhere from $600 to $800, 800. So those type of cameras are like.
I'm looking at like the 6K range.
That's what I'm saying. That I'm gonna know because I just know like I got the lowest because what I can afford.
Yeah, I'm gonna try and build my way up. With
those type of cameras. Ooh.
And that's the thing is it's pushing me because like, okay, now that I got this, it shows investment and.
That's gonna be fire though. Once you get that shit, bro, it's gonna be crispy.
I'm very excited.
But you're not to cut you off. My fault, man. I apologize for that. But I just want to let people know like with what the tech like with the equipment, like in the beginning when you're phasing, just use it. If you got a phone, whatever, it's like, bro, because
exactly
like,
what I just have my phone.
You know what I mean? That's what I'm saying. I had to just let people know that who's gonna be watching this because it's like you don't build your way towards that once you start to learn it, but you don't off the bat don't feel like you because I struggle with that when I remember making me I have to get this top tier. It has to be this type of equipment.
Yeah.
But it's like damn, you really could start with from little from scratch and learn that shit. By the time you get that, like you said, that Netflix quality camera, you're gonna already know what you're doing.
I would have known what to do with it back then.
That's what I'm saying.
Now that I know how to edit, now that I know how the computer software.
That's like the stage I'm in right now. I want to learn to getting in more into photography, videography. I'm using an iPhone 13 lens of all my work right now.
Yeah.
I'm gonna build my way up. I might get a camera like what we use now, a Canon, and then never know.
That's what I'm
get
saying.
my way up to that 6,000 camera that Jagger's talking about.
So that's the goal. You know, I know I'm gonna get that camera. I just don't know when yet.
Yeah.
I'm hoping in the next month or two.
Yeah.
And you know, from there, just kind of continue to build my brand.
Yeah.
And you know, create that online coaching program, and you know, hopefully by this time next year, it's a completely different scenario. But if not, we're still going.
Yeah.
You know, we're not gonna stop.
Going grind.
So, hey man, I'm proud of you, bro.
Thank you.
Real shit. Like
Likewise.
not even like just on camera, like off camera, like say the same shit, but real, like
say it on camera.
I think it goes to show.
Yeah, we can always watch this back.
It goes to show you why our friendship's strong because we carry the same beliefs and we carry the same mental system, and the reason why I'm like that is because I hanged out with you guys.
Yeah.
You know, because if we could have gone a different route, then I would have been swayed. I posted a video about that recently. Like, you are who you hang out with.
100%.
And, you know, we might not always see each other that often.
Yeah.
But it's still love, and it's still the same. We still have the same, like.
Yeah. It's like no time passed.
Yeah.
You know what I mean? Yeah.
You know, so, like, we still have the same values. Is what I'm trying to say.
Yeah, the values.
So.
And it's like, if you win some shit, you can always call on. Like, exactly. I know who I can call on. You know what I mean?
Yeah. So we're reflections of
and I hope vice versa. You know what I mean?
You know, I'm glad I'm finally on here.
Yeah, no, real shit.
You ain't the right moment.
You know, like
it would have been no point for me to be on it last year because it's like what.
Yeah.
You know, because now I'm slowly building my
I mean, you could still been on here just as a fucking guest though, like just talking about shit. You know what I mean?
But see, I see you guys as already. Like profession, you know, you guys are getting up there, so it's like.
I mean, shit, you fucking surpassed us. Yeah, you further than us within a year, bro. We're in a different lane. You know, our lane is a little bit difficult to break. You know, and we're a positive platform in this space.
That's true.
We're gonna take over. Yeah, that's what I'm saying. Like, you know, if we start talking about fucking bullshit, bro, we probably would have been like 2 years ago. We would have been like popping. You know what I mean? But
fucking blue face.
That again is self control and knowing our brand. Like we know we could easily do that, but it takes a lot more. You know,
a lot more discipline
to not be like we all hold each other like not to not to do that. You know,
that's how it should be.
Yeah, and of course, you know, number one, we gotta shout out your mom, Janice. Man, we gotta shout her out, man, 100%, bro. Because not even in general, like even just obviously she's your rock, bro. But like even for like Caleb shouted her out in the damn in his wedding, wedding speech. Like that's how you know, like she's even. I was just talking to my mama about her last week when I was out here. Like we're talking about like kind of just people who, you know, like you're like, man, like if I can just like, you know, one day if I had like fucking, you know, $1 million, like, you know, it's like I would love to just, even though all that doesn't really matter. I think her biggest thing is just making sure she likes to see us just be good men, you know what I mean?
Happy.
Yeah, but it's like, bro, she really held it down too. Like, you know, we could have went to your house and be like, you know, I ain't got no food in the fridge at my home. I know and you know, shit's going rocky at my house. I know I could go to Jaggers and hang out with my friends and be in a good environment, and you know, she gonna come out with some cookies and pizza and shit. Like we gonna have some food, you know what I mean, to eat. So like
It was always open doors. And still is,
to this day, like you know. So shout out to her 100%, bro, because I know she's gonna watch this like and with a big ass smile on her face the entire time.
She got the
you know?
countdown ready. For
She gonna be the first comment.
Like any day now.
For real. When's it posting? So yeah, we definitely gotta make sure to shout her out too. But bro, first off, thank you for your time for coming through.
Of course, man.
We definitely got to do this again more often.
For sure.
And it would be dope to collab too, like do other things in the future.
Bro,
you know what I mean?
Bro, I'm all for it. Like I said, I want to be around people who are with that same mindset and wanting to explore everything like that. So if we could find other ways to venture, and, you know,
and if it's with your friends, it's like always makes it even more fun.
And we share the same goal, to motivate others and to to bring a positive light to what's such a negative world.
Exactly.
So if we can do that, then
hell yeah,
we got plenty of ideas to come.
Hell yeah, we could have literally, because obviously we're past the time, but we could have went on for fucking.
We just started.
That's what I'm saying. I really feel like I was like, damn, we just got like into it. Like that's what I'm saying. We'll definitely have you back and do this all over again. Because like we could have went for hours, and eventually too, you know, that's one of our goals. Once we have our own space one day, it's like we can have the shit where it goes on. You know what I mean? To have a better camera that could keep on going and stuff. Like, but yeah, not to ramble too much. Well, we got, I know we probably got one more episode next week, and then we're going to have a little break because he's going to be gone. I just got back from my little break. So what's the last interview that we did? That was YCM, correct? YCM was the last one we did, or was it Twin Kings?
YCM.
Yeah, so Duhan is the last one we posted.
Yeah.
So yeah, go check out Twin Kings, YCM, and Duhan's interview. Those are the last three that we just did, and make sure we're gonna be, of course, this one we're gonna have Jagger's links in the description from Instagram, TikTok. You gotta make a YouTube page too, bro.
Working on it.
Yeah, put the shorts out, bro. Like shorts, like YouTube shorts. Cause same thing with TikTok. YouTube shorts travel, bro.
I just started messing with TikTok because I've been so anti-TikTok.
I've been telling you, man.
Oh, me too. I'll let them fucking post to TikTok. I just downloaded it.
Get on TikTok.
Like Instagram could be brain rot, but TikTok, oh my goodness. But
I don't look at the other thing. I just look at the page. I don't look at the other stuff. Yeah.
I mean,
unless like one of you guys.
Depends on what your algorithm is or what you're liking. I mean, TikTok can be useful of what your algorithm is. If you're here liking bullshit, you're gonna keep getting bullshit.
For me, I think it's just more of a person. Like I'm already on my phone a lot for Instagram. I need another app to like keep going. So like,
and it sucks, but like.
But you gotta just take everything and just.
You need to put yourself on platforms that are gonna get you seen.
Exactly. So that's why I've
been saying, get on TikTok.
There's certain things
viewed on there.
And people say there's rappers who say they love. Of course, I love rapping, getting in the booth and making a record is easy, but the business side of it and all the other shit, marketing, all that, it's like nobody loves it, bro. I don't think there's unless that's your job, like someone who's like specifically a marketer,
getting paid to do that,
getting paid to do it,
enjoys
then they probably love it. But when you got to do all of it. This, like we said, this is easy. I'm sure shooting your content is easy. You got to, you're doing what you love. But
you're running.
That part is, I can't. And we already don't even like social media. I just deactivated my fucking Instagram myself. So it's like, this is, it's a different ball game for sure.
We're working against the grain.
Yeah. But but
for a purpose.
Yeah, you gotta put it out. But yeah, man, this was a fun. Like you said, I felt like we're just getting started, man.
Right.
But we gotta end it here. We'll definitely make sure we have more going on. But yeah, man. Got anything else to say?
No, that was awesome. I really appreciate it, and I love what you guys do. And you guys are setting the bar for me. So
I mean, you're setting the bar for us.
That's one thing we're gonna do. We're gonna continue to motivate each other.
Like I said, if one goes up, we all go up. That's how I always looked at it. You know what I mean?
That's the
like we've had these conversations multiple times.
All it takes is one opportunity.
If I won the fucking lottery, bro, we ain't doing. We done like quit everything that you're doing, bro. We all going up. You know what I mean? So
we're a family.
Hell yeah, 100%. That's why I want people to know too. It's like having Jagger on, like we're doing interviews. That's why I said in the beginning, I don't know how this was gonna go, because we're really like brothers. Like we grew up together. So being able to even conduct a professional interview with you in general too was dope to even like be able to do this. You know what I mean? So
one last thing for anybody out there who is like on the fringe for making content like that, do it. Just do it.
It ain't gonna hurt you.
It ain't gonna hurt you. It can only help you. Just do it.
I see it as this. You scared of the negativity or people gonna clown you?
Just do it, bro.
People gonna talk about you anyway.
There's never gonna be a right moment. There's never gonna be a perfect video to post. There's never gonna be the right audience. Just do 100%. And
and we've all struggled with that. So by the time you start pushing it, then you're gonna be like, man,
struggle more than you succeed.
100%.
Don't be scared to get yourself out there.
Right.
It may take you to a whole new path.
I respect people who do that more than people who are just like, oh, I'm gonna do it, whatever. But like, man,
and then never
do it. Yeah, you gotta do it. Yeah, I struggle with that with rap, like heavy, bro. Like, yeah.
So to anybody out there who's fringe about it, What it doesn't even have to be fitness, whatever. Like if you want to
could be
post your
whatever.
cooking videos.
Yeah, cooking. Yeah, it could be
the homie Luis. I see him posting like movie reviews.
reviews, bro. And
bro, that's so dope.
that's some shit that I was like, man, you know what I mean?
So like, post your content.
Hell
bro.
yeah.
You know, if you want to make money off it, you can make money off it. You want to just help people out. But
Yeah, but or
You
just
enjoy doing
do
it
for the
do it.
love. Like
If you enjoy doing it might take you somewhere.
I
It
just
might
started
not.
posting back on my YouTube channel again, man. So check out MCK's channel. It's on the Pure Rap Podcast channel, so you'll see it. But goddamn, I don't know what the hell I just said. But yeah, once again, man, this was a good episode. Go check out everything else that we got going. Follow us on all the social medias. Make sure you follow Jagger as well. And man, that's a wrap.
it's a wrap.
Yes, sir.